I'm gonna bet he's gonna
601.
shop it.
Yeah, I'm sitting at 17 for him.
Okay.
Alright, let's get this party started.
So we were in the marketplace, and I bought some rations, and I saw a unique paint set that I want, but it's a little pricey, and I was gonna save for something else, but it's definitely
How much money?
600 gold.
And how much do you have for it?
Oh, I have 600 gold,
Uh-huh.
What
but
is so special about this paint set?
it's the Marvelous Pigments paint set.
It makes whatever you paint real, but it can only do so for items up to 25 gold pieces in value.
So you could do it for food.
I don't
That-
know. We were
Well, I'll
talking
have to
about
double.
that.
I don't think it's like living.
You
I'll
could
have to
literally
double
just
check.
paint gems.
I would have to
No,
double
only
25
up to
gold.
25.
I would have to double check the wording of it, but I don't. The way that it words stuff over a certain value, I don't think what it makes is edible.
It says I
Okay,
could
but
make flowers and
Here's
stuff.
my question.
Can I just make
Could
the
you-
flowers and eat them?
Okay, could you paint 25 gold pieces and then paint 25 gold pieces and then
And
paint
that's what I
25
mean, because the way that it words it is that it brings stuff into existence, but it's like still made out of worthless material.
So what does that mean?
Well, like I said, I'd have to relook over the wording for it. But yes, that would be a very intelligent way to get rich quick.
It
Would pay for
means like
itself so quickly.
But once
if
you
I
run
was
out of-
to like paint a statue made of gold or a statue made of marble or something, upon closer inspection it's not gold and marble, it's like bone or some other less expensive material.
Brings it into reality.
But so I was looking at it and I messaged DM and I'm like, so I'm gonna talk to him, the shopkeep, and I'm gonna be like, sorry, I'm reading shit. What did I say? Is DM still here?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Can I talk to the shopkeep?
And what are you just gonna try and haggle him down?
Yeah.
Rather than do like the whole, like I said, I don't want to, especially in session, I don't want to play out the whole discussing thing unless it's.
Well, that's why I messaged you what I would be talking about.
Sure, but if
I
you
would
want to,
like to persuade for a discount, but because
well, yeah, it's
you
just,
worded that you said if I ask to roll persuasion, that doesn't count, so I worded it out for you.
Hold on a second. Well, I'm about to listen to something, so I didn't want to blow their eardrums out.
You know, one time I had a player at the table with me who looked my GM dead in the eye and said, "I cast perception."
Yes, perception.
He was new.
That's it. I mean, you can do your normal persuasion roll for it. That's just like how when you were selling your art, the art and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But I will give you +2 to that roll based off of what you said.
Yay!
What, Bubba? I have not put it in. I'll be right back.
3 plus 5. What? What? What?
Did you say he went up on price?
Who went up on price?
Did you just say he's now charging you 3 plus 500 gold?
No,
As in he
my
went-
my
okay.
dice.
Rolled a 3,
My
and then got a +5.
oh, and my next one was a 1 anyway. So yeah, so I only rolled a 10.
I didn't see you roll anything.
It's in the thing.
I didn't see it.
To be fair, I rolled again and it was a 1. So
I didn't see anything that time either.
These dice aren't doing too great. And now it's frozen.
I can't wait to use my real dice again.
Right.
17 minutes.
There is
Me
nothing
too.
stopping you from using your
Okay.
real dice now.
I am
Yeah, but I don't like using my real dice on camera because it just gives me anxiety about people thinking I'm lying about my rolls when I roll nat 20s. So I just prefer to do the digital.
I would, but my dice tray got destroyed, and I'm sitting on the guest bed right now, so it's like there's not a flat enough surface
Not
that I'd.
adequate dice rolling area.
Yeah.
Did we roll in the campaign?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, he doesn't seem very dissuaded to lower his price. It's the only one he has. He's got to make a profit off of it, or else he can't feed his family.
Oh no!
my
Not
God.
his family.
I could have lived without that
Now
last
Mirra
part.
Oh.
pays more than 600.
Oh no.
Because
Okay.
Mirra's like, you gotta feed the family.
Okay.
Oh wait, that was I'm sorry. That roll was that was Lilith's roll. I didn't look closely enough. You got a 15. Right?
The last one was 15. 8, 5,
Okay,
2.
I thought the 2
No, I
was
rolled it too.
that
for
was
something
okay.
I was
I
doing.
got you. So you got a 15. So 600.
But now she knows he has a family to feed.
Oh no!
Redacted.
So
Go back.
he's
They died in
willing
the fire.
to he's willing to let it go for 400.
Do it. That's really good pricing. Do it.
Do it.
Now I feel bad.
Do the thing.
it. Do it.
No, this cheats
Do
would be.
it.
I feel
Do
bad.
it.
Just so you
He's
know,
not real. Do it.
just so you know,
Hmm.
he's a merchant. Just keep that in mind that he's a merchant.
He is a merchant. This is a good point. He definitely feeds his family every day.
Do it now.
Oh
Well,
god.
there's not any way to really tell that he has an actual family to feed.
That's true.
That is also true.
Fine, I'll take the okay, yes. And I'll still give him the seashell that I painted a castle floating on a cloud.
Did you know that in Valona it's a common saying to say, I have a family to feed even when you don't? Just to emphasize that you too need to live and eat.
You know, I'm gonna say that once at least.
Well, there is a place that uses that as a saying, but it's not Valona.
God, you try to add to lore and you get shut down.
well, well, it's not them trying to shut it down. It's just there's
That
already
lore's
like
not good enough for Josh.
there's already 20 years of crafted lore in this.
This could be 21 more.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna
No,
change
I'm
these
kidding.
dice. These dice suck. Pedi, go in there and change the dice.
Oh
So what do you
man,
want? Or
I've
do you want
never
me to
been
do it?
so
Just
fucking.
pick one.
Alright,
This is
I rolled 8.
offensive. This is ignorance.
I mean, I have plenty to choose from.
Yeah, you do.
And what I'm talking about has nothing to do with anyone here. My needle came unthreaded.
Oh. Still working on beads?
Yeah, I'm beating a poppy for Remembrance Day. Which
Oh
is
yeah,
our,
you said that last time, beating a poppy.
Which is our, yeah, I'm still working on it. It's been slow going.
Should we give the Ringmaster another go?
I like the Ringmaster ones. But that's because
It's
I
cool,
like
but
the
it
circus.
messed me up so
I want to go to the circus! Someone needs to take Mirra to the circus.
I'm gonna practice real
I'll
quick.
ride an elephant. And get some cotton
So-
candy.
Yesterday was our Thanksgiving, and a family friend brought her toddler over, and he's like 3. And he waved my niece down to his level and was like, come here, I gotta tell you a secret. And she
Oh.
leaned in, and he was like, my butt is wet. And it's because he sat in my dog's water bowl.
Oh,
Oh,
His diaper was soaked. And then not 5 minutes later, he went to go to the bathroom, and we heard his older siblings cackling and yelling, "Baby Dane fell into the toilet." So he was not having an easy day yesterday.
Aw.
Alrighty.
They will never forget that day.
He was a very cute kid, though.
I was gonna do something.
Okay.
What time
Let
is
me
it?
pause
Ooh.
that.
Just 6 more minutes.
My
Alright.
time's passed.
So, shall we get started?
sir.
What is it? Is it under marvelous pigments?
It should be marvelous pigments. I would just put pigments and it should pop up.
Ah, there it is. No, it's under marvelous pigments. There's
I'm
a
good to start.
difference.
Alrighty. So, when we last left off, you managed to take a huge haul of salvage home. Basically split it amongst yourselves, sold some artwork, split that too. Got to kind of polish all the new shiny things you got. Basically, you've just been recouping, so if you have any points of exhaustion, remember to take them off now.
That's right.
Also, and that's the other thing I forgot, remember, you're level 2 now, and so you have the total HP possible as your HP. So make sure you do that too if you have it.
Okay.
Let me see.
I have
How do you double
20
check that?
HP.
So you click on, you go over to edit character, then you click on where it says, hang on, it's loading, manage HP in the blue, and then under potential values, you can't see anything on my screen, it'll say like total fixed value HP, total average HP, and total possible HP. So you want to make sure you have total possible HP. So at the top where it says override HP, you type in the number that it says next to total possible HP, click apply, and then click back on the little sheet symbol and go back to your character sheet.
Ta-da!
Thank you very much. I am at ATE.
That's especially important for squishier individuals.
Huh.
Anyways.
That did not work for me. Gonna try that again.
But you've basically been recuperating, browsing the market with all your new shiny inventory, and preparing for your court date, which was mandated upon arrival, given just the whole slew of information that was gathered on the way back. So not only
I want to purchase Shrike I'll use my paint set. I want to draw a nice bow tie for Shrike so he looks important and fancy for his court date.
I am totally for it.
Oh, quick question, Josh, because I just thought about this since I remembered we're going back to my place. If I wanted to buy like candies and small knickknack gifts for like every member of my family, how much would it cost?
You can just, I mean, do you want it to be like super fancy, or do you just want it to be like normal?
Normal stuff. Like, they don't need super fancy treasures. They just like collecting stuff, and the kids like candy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna really dime and nickel you, but I mean, if you really want to pay for it, I would say you wouldn't spend more than a gold piece in total.
Okay, so I will be 49 gold pieces on hand now.
Oh man.
Let's see.
Can't.
In fairness, Lilith, you did
Reach.
miss her putting it all in the bank.
Yeah.
She put it in the bank.
Yes.
She did not spend all her gold.
I mean, that's just, remember, coins are heavy.
Coins are
Not
great.
only that, but I want to save up to buy like better armor and stuff like that. So I'm not spending all my gold yet.
Because let's see, Shrike is only at 81
Oh, got it.
pounds, and he can carry up to 120. So you're already at 2/3.
I don't
That's
even.
alright. I just
Wait,
won't
where do
carry
we
big.
see our max weight?
You
If
click.
you go to
Weight
inventory
Mm-hmm.
and it says where weight carried, if you click on it, it says carry capacity,
Oh,
and
weight
then it
carry
also says
85.5.
Yeah, I'm at 198.5 and I can carry 225.
No way. I can carry 135 and I'm at 83.
I think I have to look through my items because I don't like preach to a god and stuff, so I can probably get rid of like my vestments and stuff.
Bellhaven would be very sad.
Oh no! That's true, he would.
Well, then, how are you taking your oath next level?
Oh yeah.
She'll figure it out.
Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be to a god, but you will have to. How do I word it?
Take an oath.
Well, you take an oath, but there you basically had to believe in something. Is the word.
Believe in Shrike.
So you don't necessarily need to use a symbol to do it, but you do need something like an ideal.
Gotcha. Okay, I'll figure that out later.
You don't just get paladin powers. That's not how it works.
That should be how it works.
But the paladins are really strong, but a lot of groups don't do the one thing that they're supposed to with paladins, and that's based off your oath. You have a
Set
you have a
rules.
set of restrictions. Like there's a set things that you can and cannot do.
There's
It's like
also responsibilities in Pathfinder, like you're expected to like help upkeep whatever religion you're following.
well, and that's it
and do
depends on the
charitable work.
in 5e. It depends on the oath you take, because there's an oath of the Conqueror, which that only the strong survive. Like how hard is that to uphold?
Yeah.
So these are specifically in the case of religious paladins, though, because there are non-religious ones in
Right, and then there's oaths in that regard, but there's some oaths that are like you help the weak and defend the helpless and stuff like that. So if you willingly just ditch the child that's about to be eaten by a dragon, you could possibly lose your paladin powers.
Yep.
Oathbreaker.
Because you are not living by your
Oathbreaker.
morals.
Well, you might
Yeah,
turn into a fighter, or you
conquest.
might turn into an oathbreaker. It depends.
Let's see.
But in any case,
That was the flame of hope.
so it all depends on what she picks next level. And that's something we'll go over once we get closer to the end of this arc. But in any case, so everybody's been kind of sort of prepping for this court date that's been a really... If there's anything that Valona prides itself on, among all the things that it is its bureaucracy. So...
Wonderful.
the time has basically come. Everybody's been gathered up. You guys are very much debating on whether bringing Aurora into the courtroom is a good idea, but it's happening.
Absolutely not, but...
But it's happening because she was a part of your group, therefore she's a witness.
Yep.
Shrike, have you allowed a bow tie to be drawn on your person?
I have.
Alright.
Forever affixed to your.
So
I'm gonna dress in my best clothes, by the
in
way.
the in-character chat, I had decided that Mirra is kind of loud and outspoken, and Shrike is kind of quiet and gloomy. So we're gonna make a good team for anything.
And I was gonna
like, I'll do the pressed intimidating behind, while she does the friendly outgoing in front.
Sweet.
but I just couldn't help but think of like Eeyore and Tigger. I was like,
Oh, you had to ruin.
And my thought was like Aang and Zuko.
oh yeah. Well, Zuko's like angry. Shrike isn't angry. He's just is.
Yeah.
Story, he isn't really angry. Then he's just angsty.
And then the Fire Nation attacked. Genocide.
Well, if there's fire, the Fire Nation could make an appearance, technically.
Technically.
Also, for the record, I'm gonna have my air elemental out for now.
Okay.
I'm gonna be dressed my best.
Just so you guys, and because you guys are elites, you guys actually have formal attire that's given to you by Valona.
Yeah, I will be
So
definitely wearing that.
Okie dokie.
it's not like military dress, but just think of it in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, your best that you could wear is basically your military formals.
And that is what I will be wearing.
I still
So
add several cutesy elements, but yeah, I'll wear that
I
as well.
mean, you're still allowed to, but it is frowned upon.
God damn it, Mitchell's past my time now, so I don't know if anyone bet past me, but
I don't think anybody else bet.
I
didn't
bet
at
on
all.
10. Just because
I
I
bet on
believe.
You're also completely out.
Yeah.
But you all get each other together, dressed nicely, presentable, good to go, and you make your way over to the legislative part of Valona, which is in the high area. So, like, if the academy's on, let's just say the south end, it's like the southeast end, but if the academy's in the south, then the legislative is in the north, on the opposite side of the castle. So, as you approach, now I'm assuming you guys aren't really bringing anything with you in this regard.
no. Like, the only thing I'll bring is if I have a copy of, like, the documents we wanted for Shrike, like, those, but otherwise, no.
Okay.
I'm keeping those seashells that I painted in my pocket.
But what I'm saying is,
Otherwise, I'm no
you guys
weapons or
don't.
anything.
So you guys don't have any equipment, no weapons, no money. You basically brought yourself and things relevant to the case.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So, as you approach the front entrance, this is probably not as fortified as the castle, but you can tell that they have some serious security in this place. I mean, basically the laws that come through here are the lifeblood of Valona. Valona is about fairness and law, and they uphold it to the highest degree. And so, making sure that what happens in here is completely the truth and nothing but the truth is a really big deal. So, you actually see a bunch of unique individuals out front. Uh, one of them being a large spherical creature with a absolute ton of eyes, one large eye in the middle, and you're assuming it's smiling. It has a really, really sharp, really big, sharp teeth smile.
Game, is this the Beholder? Is that what I'm picturing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Out of character, yes, it is a beholder.
Okay.
But he has how do I word it? Like a little fancy hat on top of his everything. Like, and are you guys approaching, or are you guys just sitting back for the time being?
I'm running up and approaching. I love your hat. Did you get that here? Is there a hat store here? I won't like it.
Why, thank you. Yes, I did get this here.
Oh.
I do not remember the store. It was in the middle district.
Okay. Oh, I want to go hat shopping now.
How may I help you? She's already initiated conversation. I don't know if you guys want to join her or not.
We are here to go over our latest mission and try and get my friend here
I'll clear my throat and say we have a case today to present.
That's it. Yeah.
What is the case number?
said she has the papers.
I'm gonna recite whatever the case number that was told to me is. And that I definitely memorized because I'm taking this seriously. Okay, it's 17038466793, and you see her kind of like staring down at a paper where she scribbled it really small.
You see him turn away for a moment. You see his eyes kind of look at all the different documents he has, because this is still kind of outside. He only has like this, I guess you could call it a hut. But basically, he has a whole bunch of papers strewn up, and I guess these are, from what you can gather, these are all the cases that are happening today. It's a lot. Ah, yes. That one right here. And you see him, one eyeball point at it, and just this beam of energy hits the paper, and it just becomes ash. All right, then. This is the case on the far island off the Velonan shore regarding the acquisition of treasure from a merchant ship, the capture and killing of a pirate group, and he's just reading through the whole paper that he just disintegrated. Ah,
Knowledge
the
through disintegration.
establishment of the status of the one named Shrike.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
correct.
it.
All right. I've already scanned you over with my anti-magic eye, so anything that was activated is now deactivated. You may proceed.
Thank you. You have a wonderful day.
Hmm?
By the way, Josh, I don't know if you saw what I put in the general chat, but
Oh, the Vel'Koz?
yes.
I mean, give him a big old smile, and that's not too far off. Everybody's just proceeding forward?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So here's where things get kind of crazy. The guards escort you to the big double doors. They open up. And once they do, you just see, I wouldn't call it chaos. Is there such thing as efficient chaos? There's basically people moving here, there, paperwork moving here, there, people working on all sorts of things, people of all different kinds waiting to be talked to, waiting to be processed, waiting to go into their own courts.
They're busy bees.
Very.
Oh.
It's organized chaos.
This is very reminiscent of a beehive. And it's very, very tall. It's a very open facility, and there's lots of windows. It's, really nice because there's lots of daylight that gets through.
Kind of picturing the Ministry of Magic from Harry Potter.
Yeah, that's a very good, if you guys have seen it, that's a very good way to point it out. Maybe a good bit less messy, but yes. But you guys are escorted, and as you guys are going, one of the guards turns around and is like, "Is this your first time here?"
Yes, it's so busy.
"So this is your very first mission, huh?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
He gives a good chuckle. All right. We're going to get you all the way through this as a one-time thing, but the next time you come, you'll have to do this on your own, okay?
Oh, okay.
So they basically guide you through the processes, the people that you have to talk to, the forms you have to fill out, just basically checking in, making sure you're not doing anything. There's another beholder further in. He's not as friendly, but
Is he wearing a hat?
no, he's wearing a monocle.
Nice.
But in any case, Cho'Gath. But in any case, after all the hubbub, which literally takes, like, just getting to your court took almost an hour.
Oh, we should have came earlier. It's like the airport.
Yeah. I mean, you came when you were supposed to, but
I mean, are we late for our court appearance, or are we on time at this point?
you were on time. Like, you came when you were supposed to, and you're on
Fine.
time.
Good.
So right
Fine.
now, you guys are kind of sitting in this, like, little waiting area outside of the actual courtroom.
Is there
Curiously,
anybody else in here?
Say what?
Is there anybody else in here other than us?
Where you're at? No.
Breya?
here, a quick question. Do we, like, is it normal for beholders to be here? Do we know that's kind of like a force that's used in the Court of Law of Valona?
I don't know if
You wouldn't know what one is.
I don't know if everybody would know what a beholder looks like, what a beholder does,
Never mind.
or if what's the word? Like, how many beholders does Valona employ? But people do know that they're a common sight in any judicial system because of their ability to look at stuff and turn off magic.
Okay, because my thought was like, have we heard about the Valona strange court officials kind of thing? Not that we necessarily know what they look like, but we know there are some spooky people.
You specific for as elites, given your training and education that you're given, should know.
Okay.
I don't remember.
So I'm a little unnerved by them just because they're so different from anything I'm used to, but I don't
like them.
really show it up.
I'm having a great time.
But basically, you guys are kind of in this lobby full of chairs, kind of waiting at the moment, if you want to talk for each other.
I hope someone remembered how to get here, because I don't know where the exit is anymore.
I got it, but I didn't expect to be here in the first place.
I'm good with directions. I can get us out.
Okay.
Aurora's not paying attention.
Yeah,
Just
of
look for
course
the
not.
exit signs.
Okay, so, Breya, you're the one with the paperwork. What? So we pretty much just tell them, what happened,
I was
and...
about to say, not to interrupt, but sorry, but this is your last opportunity to discuss anything you want to discuss before going into that room.
I think we should primarily let one person talk.
I like talking.
Not Mirra. Sorry, Mirra. You can get a little sidetracked sometimes. And this is a very official case where Shrike's life and even our lives can be dependent on how the case goes.
I could be
For the record.
I could be official.
For the record, when it comes to killing the pirates, we didn't do that. The giant boulder did. So, like, technically, all I did was say, "You want to help?" And then a boulder came. Yeah, I'll help.
They attacked us first.
I think what we should use as our primary defense is that Valona highly treasures its nature, and that we were helping the elementals there. And
they
that
also don't deal with pirates.
Yeah.
Correctly.
And also, pirates are a big no-no.
Yep.
And so we were trying very hard not to, make deals with pirates, but to help the elementals.
Valona's policy on terrorists is the same in real life. They don't negotiate with terrorists.
Lies were told, and lives were on line.
Okay.
We did what we could.
I mean, we
also, what is the status we're gonna set for our friend Shrike?
What do you mean?
What are we gonna tell them that we're employing him, adding him?
Well,
what's the plan for that?
He can't be a Valona elite, but what we could say is that we wish for him to be employable, kind of like how Alessandra was employable.
Is Alessandra, supposed to come to this meeting?
Mm-hmm.
Did she show up?
Well, she's not where you guys are, so she's either in there or hasn't gotten there yet.
Okay.
And I think we can also talk about how I took the initiative to tie up people and not just kill them on the spot. I stopped someone's instinct to just kill someone who is too much of a threat because they deserved a trial. And that we have done everything we could to deliver as many people alive, but we were also dealing with elementals who have their own will. And it was not us who took the lives of the pirates, it was the elementals.
I'll let
Sounds
you
good
talk.
to me.
I'm enamored by the goings on. I'll let you talk.
We'll be fine. We know we're in the right.
You'll be fine if I don't talk. I'm
Just
good.
let me know when you're set and ready to.
Alright,
move on.
Giant.
Oh, by the way, Josh, along with Shrike's like paperwork, I would have also brought the report I was writing
Alrighty.
about the entire mission. Now, can I say that a copy of that report was already submitted to the court, but I just have my copy as well?
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect.
But had you said it in the courtroom and not here, I probably would have said no.
No, it just occurred to me that when I was saying like paperwork that involved Shrike, I also meant the the overall report.
Well, and that's what I'm just saying is like once you guys step in that courtroom, everything that you guys planned or prepared stops. So if you guys want to say that you did anything or prepare anything before you go through that door, now's the time.
Is there anything else we can think of that we might need?
Got nothing.
Okay, here's my question. In order to prevent Valona being tied to pirates, I signed a fake name on the contract when I realized that they were pirates. And then set out to do the proper thing to essentially usurp the pirates, remove the treasure, return the bust to who it belonged to. And so I was trying to go by the Valona spirit and I didn't sign my true name. Do you think I can use that as a defense?
Are you asking me or are you just talking?
I'm asking the rest of the party. In the sense that Valona wasn't actually necessarily tied to any crimes.
Yeah.
Because my true name was not signed to that paper.
Right.
Oh,
But
just remember.
Yes?
Pardon, not to interrupt. But remember, this isn't just about like no one's really questioning whether you're innocent or guilty. This is a court to establish what happened and if any crimes were committed by any party involved. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. And now that I think about it, there would be a detailed report involving the signature, the ink, and all that stuff that says, like, I signed Brianna. What was it? Brianna the Small?
The short or small,
The
yeah.
short,
Brianna
yeah,
the
something like
Small.
that. I signed Brianna the Small, like, because I knew something was up. And I took the initiative to ensure that we found the bust and returned it to its owner. And also, I would report that we never actually managed to find the bust.
Because the elementals were still working on dredging up all the sunken stuff. So our plan was to go back when they had more time.
Yeah. I also would have detailed the spirit with the crab, the ship name, and all that stuff.
Alright.
Now, just so that I understand, in how much detail did you go over the
Extreme.
whole okay.
Extreme. I laid out everything very clearly. Because when I think about the entire situation, I don't actually think we did anything wrong. So I went into extreme detail about everything that happened.
All right. Would you say that you guys are adequately prepared?
Yeah, I feel ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
It's up to Breya because I'm.
All right.
Who just left?
The music.
The music.
Yeah.
Who just left?
Who just?
I know. I heard that sound and I looked
I
over.
heard it too. I'm like, someone left. Who left?
I'm ready.
Okie dokie.
All right.
Let's go to court.
This is
So as you guys are sitting there, I'm sorry, I did lie. There are two like very, very heavily armored knights outside the courtroom door.
It's okay.
So when you said, "Is there anybody else here?" I feel that you meant like any individuals outside of them.
I
Yeah,
did. I
I
wanted
did.
to see if there's anyone to
Yeah.
talk to, but okay.
But you see, they kind of just look super still, like almost like statues. But you see them one at a time, like kind of raise their heads up, like when you kind of like, "Huh, what was that?" And then they take their halberds and they raise them and they clank it on the ground just once. The court, pardon me. I had to go back for the number. The, the court session involving the case 170-384-67393 will proceed shortly. Please prepare yourselves for court.
I bounce up
Can I
onto
get
my
the
feet
court die?
and like, oh,
And
it's
just
exciting.
as you guys are getting ready to walk towards the door, two individuals start walking up towards where you guys are at. You recognize one as Alessandra,
Me.
and then you recognize another as the pirate gentleman you let go. Or spoke for, I guess is the word.
yes, the new.
Hi! Oh my gosh.
He looks all cleaned up and he has much nicer clothes on and he actually looks happy. I know
I
it's
give
only
them
been...
both like a nod of greeting.
I'm gonna run up and give Alessandra a hug.
She goes to give like a very proper curtsy, but then she gets tackled by Mirra. She laughs very, very heartily and gives you a hug back.
And then I do I'm not gonna tackle the other guy. I just, oh, you look so good. Oh,
Well,
I'm so
thanks.
glad you're okay.
No, it's all thanks to you.
I'll walk up to Alessandra and kind of take her hand. Thank you again for all your help back there.
So you take her hand, but then she kind of changes it to like put both of her hands around your hand, and she doesn't really say anything. She just smiles.
It would have been way worse without you.
She says, "Somehow, I think you would have been all right."
Well, the turtle said otherwise. All right, are you guys ready?
Yeah.
And you see the guards nod at each other, or the knights, I should say, and they open the door slowly. And inside, again, it's mostly windows above, so there's a lot of light that gets in. But this courtroom that they sent you to is absolutely massive. And then it kind of dawns on you. This is the Velonan Supreme Court.
Oh.
All right, Giantess.
And that's only because
Damn.
it says it across the... Hey, it's Mitchell!
Wait, hold on. Shit.
Shit. But you guys didn't really notice it before, but it actually says it in like really, really fancy, like oldish letters in common. But it has the words Supreme Court, and then below it it says Integrity is one of many paths.
Ooh.
Don't worry, Breya, we have your back.
I nod. Again, I don't feel scared. I feel like we didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
Oh, we
As,
didn't.
as you guys go to proceed inward, you notice that this courtroom, the audience is completely filled.
Oh no.
Completely. There are some people even standing for this. While uh the section reserved to the front for like the actual like goings on is completely empty other than just a couple of individuals.
Those are a lot of eyes.
So I'd like to say that, like, posture-wise and everything, I'm making an effort not to look scared, but also not cocky or anything. Just, like, as humble as I can.
So I would allow an intelligence check or an insight check at this moment if you want to.
Okay, I'll do an insight check.
I'm just looking
I only
around
got
in
a
awe.
6.
Well, it kind of is odd that there would be so many people in this courtroom for
Yep.
what you're doing.
Yeah, I already began to wonder why the fuck we went to the Supreme Court for this, but
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll try
Are
to
you
carry
guys?
myself with grace.
There is an usher on the other side, and he goes, "Ah, yes, come. I shall lead you to your spot. It's a little goblin. I shall lead you to your spot."
Okay.
I follow along.
You also notice as you guys are walking around or down the path, I said the first thing on the doors it says integrity is one of many paths. And as you're walking along the floor, you see more words. It distinguishes itself from all other paths, for it is the right path, and the one you shall never become lost. And right as that sentence ends, it's at the bottom of the incline down, and it looks like so. Then the goblin stops you for a second, and you hear the murmuring starts to get like really really loud. It's kind of difficult to hear just at a normal speaking voice. And the goblin goes, he cups his hands to kind of like project his voice towards you guys. He goes, "Which of you will be speaking for your group?"
I step forward.
Ah, yes. The rest of you can stand over in the witnesses table right here. So it's like this really long table with a bunch of really nice fancy seats. They look comfy.
Okay.
So he gestures for you guys to have a seat.
Okay. I do.
And he goes, "Come, come, this way."
So I follow him.
All right. And he leads you up to this. It has just like one stand, but it's like this three-walled box.
Okay.
So it's like one step, and then there's like three walls surrounding you. Hang on, let me see if I can find what the hell I'm talking about. That's not a very good description.
Feel like I'm in a box.
Here we go. I'm about to send it to you guys here.
Mutual says technical difficulties as of 2 minutes ago.
Well, he just got a new headset, so I figured this was going to be probably a thing. My apologies, friends. I did not have a picture for this on hand because I figured it would be a little
Oh,
bit.
yeah. That's what I
So
was picturing.
basically, there's like one step, and then it's this. The goblin gesture to you to move forward to it.
Yeah, I'll move forward.
So you take your step up to it.
What the fuck? Why would a company? Why would a company
Hi.
a setting on a headset that lets you hear yourself?
I liked when I could hear myself on my headset. I had
Yeah,
a Turtle
hate hearing
Beach that let
myself.
me do that.
It's stupid.
It was
What is-
nice. It was
it's
nice.
stupid.
I liked it.
All right,
It was-
welcome to court.
Welcome to court. Yeah.
God damn it! Take off that fucking hat. But anyway, yeah.
All right. So, to catch you up really quick, everybody got nice and tidy. They went to Velona's court system. You guys basically got a light frisking,
Whoa, that sounds fun.
and then you guys were getting your story straight about what happened, and now you're sitting at the front of the courtroom with almost thousands of people talking and murmuring behind your back. All right.
I can hear them all. Onwards.
And you a little bit. Nothing happens for a little bit, and you guys are kind of left looking around as all the murmuring comes, and then this massive booming voice, probably magic, who knows? But this booming voice echoes throughout the whole auditorium. The court case will now proceed. All stand.
I stand.
Well, technically, Breya should already be standing.
I'm standing. I don't know if there's a seat behind that box.
No, it's a stand.
Lame.
Is everybody else standing or sitting?
Standing.
I'll stand up.
Mitchell stands too.
When Shrike stands, you hear there a little bit more, like it's very distinguishable. You hear a little bit more talking, because like the freaking height difference between him and everybody else. Like they seen you walking down, but it just puts it more into perspective when everybody sits and then everybody stands, and he like goes up 3 times in height. But in any case, all of a sudden you see 5 individuals walk into the courtroom from the side. They're all robed in blue and silver, and they all have how do I word it? I guess you could say a covering. It's like a black, non-transparent mask, or it's not like a mask like made out of wood or anything. It's cloth. Like there's a black cloth over their head that shrouds what they look like. And the hoods are up. So basically, all you see into the hood is black.
Like a mesh?
Yeah, like a mesh. That's probably a good word for it.
Thank you, Jenny.
Thank you very much. DMs need help too sometimes, you know?
I wasn't even paying attention, but I was paying attention because I was like, oh, mesh. I kind of had been...
I'm just gonna turn on my bedroom light. 1 second.
Okay.
It's very dark. Okay, I'm here.
Alright. So, as they get to their positions, they all turn and face forward at pretty much the same time. And they all sit. And when that happens, you hear the voice, "You may be seated. Talking is prohibited at this time. The case is now proceeding." And it's a little bit awkward right at that moment, because you can see the judges are like getting their papers together and putting them in the piles they want to look at, and you see one of the judges is like looking around, and he pulls out some glasses, and he's like holding the glasses up to his face. He's not actually wearing them. He's like putting them up to his face to like look at the papers. One of them's like clearing his throat. We shall now proceed. He goes, "Are you the one they refer to as Breya, the Giantess.
Yes, that is me.
And in this court, do you swear to speak the truth and nothing else?
I swear to speak the truth and nothing else.
On your honor as a Valona elite.
Yeah, on my honor as a Valona elite. Out of game, I'm very sorry. I thought you were going to continue.
It's okay. I mean, we didn't really, like, practice this or anything, so... Alright. Alright. So, I will have you give a brief summary of what you believe the series of events transposed to, starting from the moment you landed.
Okay. From the moment we landed... 1 second, just out of game. I'm trying to collect everything. So from the moment we landed, we immediately knew that things were a little strange. It didn't take us very long to meet up with the supposed contract creators, and it was very apparent that they were not merchants.
Okay.
Shrike!
It was... Sorry, I was reading your your note out of character. But anyways, it was very apparent that they were not merchants, and we knew that something was suspicious. So
what brought you, and he literally does cut you off,
that's
and
okay.
what brought you to that decision, that, me personally, I can't think of the word.
Conclusion.
Yes, thank you. And what brought you to that conclusion?
Well, when we approached the tent to speak with the merchant who had supposedly hired us, we were at first blocked entrance and treated as outsiders, which is a little weird considering that we were hired officially through contract. And that was a red flag for us. But also, we could see that there were some abandoned crates of merchandise around their tents, and they seemed to be propped open and scavenged through. And a lot of the people who were standing by, quite frankly, looked what you would describe as a pirate.
Breya,
Yes.
I will have you please restrict what may or may not be, unless, let me word this correctly. Please restrict to factual information.
Okay.
I do not need to know what you think or what you felt, only what you know.
Okay. So, we knew that something was off.
Because?
That we were blocked at the door. That the merchandise we were supposed to retrieve had already been somewhat collected. And that we were treated with general suspicion.
And, out of character really quick, and what I mean by you guys can still goof off, like, you guys can still be your characters. If you want to be good law-abiding citizens, you can. That's worth fine. But if you want to shout out just because that's what your character would do, I'm not going to punish you for it. That's now the judge will probably yell at you, but don't feel like you guys have to sit in utter silence for the next however long this goes.
I'm trying very hard over here to be good. Okay.
I mean, I'm fidgeting with my elemental, so
Okay.
I brought a friend for a reason.
The bailiff that's near you is like super distracted by you. Like, he really should be paying attention to the crowd, but he is just like, what the hell is that? Okay. My apologies. Can you repeat the last thing you said, Miss Breya?
So we knew for sure that something was off for 3 primary reasons. The first, we were blocked at the door when we went to speak with who created the contract. Secondly, we were treated with general suspicion by his workforce. And third, some of the merchandise that we were supposedly being hired to find was already on the beach and pried open and ransacked.
Suddenly somebody speaks up. I guess you could say this is the... Man, my brain is just not working today. So the opposite of the prosecutor in a court.
Defender.
I know the defendant would be if there was somebody being accused of a crime. But, no, that's I don't know what the defending lawyer.
The defense attorney.
I guess that's what we. But basically, the person that would be referred to as the defense basically speak up. So you would say that because you were barred from entering, that they did not immediately acknowledge that you were part of the Velonan. Velonan. My apologies. My brain is really not working today. But they didn't acknowledge you that you were from Valona from the get-go.
Hey, I was wearing my Velonan badge. We all were.
Thank you. And the guy points at you. Thank you for saying that, madam. I would have you not speak out of turn, says the judge.
We were all wearing our Velonan identification, and we identified ourselves.
And you said that also that the crates were opened. So did you actually look in the crates to see if anything was taken? This is coming from the opposite side.
From what I recall, they were opened and some packing material was thrown about.
But did you actually look into the crate, madam?
I did not, but a team member of mine did.
And the judge goes, all right, please continue with the story from that point.
So I realized that I was small enough to perhaps get around these guards because I thought maybe something had happened to the merchant. Perhaps something nefarious had happened. And I do not speak of this to say that's how I feel now. It was just my motivation. I slipped into the tent and located the merchant who had hired us. And he seemed relieved to see us. He said his guards were essentially stupid. And then he welcomed us all to speak to him. And my teammate Lilith joined me to negotiate with him.
And then this is the prosecutor jumps in. And this is where you sign the document stating that Valona was responsible for this incident.
I signed the document under a false name because I realized that he was trying to make us use a quill that would bind us to his will.
And the judge answers, and what made you come to that conclusion?
I realized that the quill was magical.
How so?
Out of game, how would you describe realizing that something's magical? Because we knew it was.
Because when asked to use it, it compelled you to do something against your will.
Okay. So I know that the quill and its ink were magical because when we picked up the quill, when I picked up the quill specifically, I was compelled to write my name despite the fact that I did not want to.
And then you see the defender. Is this the object in question? And he holds it up in the air, the quill pen and the ink well.
Are those them? Do they look like it?
Yeah. To your memory, it is the exact pair of items.
According to my memory, that looks identical to the items.
He puts them down. All right, continue with the story.
I realized that signing this document would compromise Valona, mainly due to the fact of my first question was, why would a merchant that we're working with try to convince us to sign this document? And 2, something was very suspicious to me that all this merchant cared about was this bust that was supposedly among the wreckage. I suspected that perhaps the real merchant, or the person who originally sent out the contract, perhaps was no longer there, and that maybe someone had taken over the party or the interest. So I thought the best thing to do was to continue to investigate, but not bind myself to this document or to bind Valona to the document. So I quickly switched the quill and the ink for my own quill and ink, and I signed a fake name, Brianna the Small.
Is there anybody that can attest that this is what happened at this moment?
I
Yeah.
Not you, Aurora.
You were arm wrestling someone.
Out of game, to
I
be
was
fair,
present.
I did tell everyone I did that. I had a huddle on the beach and told you guys that you need to call me Brianna the Small for the sake of the mission.
And you hear, order! He goes, which one of you actually seen the events that she stated occurred?
I was present
gestured to
during the
Lilith.
time.
Please
During
stand.
the signing of the document. Oh, okay.
Are you willing to attest that the way she described the events is exactly what happened?
Yes.
And what is your name?
Lilith.
You see some people jotting down. You see some people murmuring. Like halfway through what Breya was saying, they started just talking to each other. Right when she talked about the bust. You may be seated.
Okay.
Please continue your story, Miss Breya.
Can't believe they just made me stand up.
The merchant, who was a gnome, to specify what he looked like and how tall he was, seemed to be content with my signature. He seemed to fall for my trickery with signing with a fake name and my own quill and ink. From there, we left, promising to investigate where his goods were, and me and my team met up on the beach, and I told them that they all must refer to me as Brianna the Small, and I informed upon them what had happened in the tent and what our current suspicions and investigation should be. Because from this point, both Lilith and I were very suspicious of the merchant. From this point, when we were huddling, Shrike kind of came out of the ocean. Or, no, I have that wrong. He actually came out of the ocean a little before this, and then joined us during the huddle.
So you would like to redact that and say
Yes.
your companion joined you?
He joined us slightly before this.
Because according to the documents we were given, he joined you immediately upon landing.
Yes, so...
the exact spot in which you landed.
That is... Out of character. She sits for a minute and she thinks. And then she says, no, that is right. As soon as we landed, he came out of the ocean.
Oh, we saw some stuff on the beach. We went to look, and there was like a backpack and stuff. And then we saw something come out of the water, and it was Shrike. We had a lovely conversation. We introduced ourselves, and we said we were here to look around. And he's like, oh, well, I don't have anything better to do. And then he joined us.
Thank you for your disposition, madam. Then you hear the courtroom kind of burst out in like a little mild chuckle, like 800 people just giggling to themselves.
Oh, that's creepy.
I'll speak up and say I apologize for my lapse of memory there. It was quite a long journey that we had, but Mirra speaks correctly.
The question I have here at this moment, due to this information, is why were the pirates, so to speak, suspicious, but a man coming out of the ocean right where you landed was not?
So at the time Shrike identified himself, he told us a bit about himself and what he was looking for, and we realized that we had a common interest and he could perhaps guide us around the island. Specifically, there were dangers on the island at night, and he also knew of the elves on the island, and we knew we needed to speak to the elves. So Shrike was a potential ally.
And I just figure I'll throw this out here really quick.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why you guys aren't getting blasted with Zone of Truth is one, it's very, very difficult to maintain in a large area. You'd have to have a whole bunch of people casting it over and over and whatnot. And two, it's fallible. People can actually overcome or evade it.
That's
So
fair.
they have other methods, just throwing that out there. It's still
Okay.
advised that, I'm not saying that anything you said was untrue, but it's still advised, and you guys know this through your training, to tell the truth when you're in the court.
Oh, yeah, I am not trying to lie at all. I'm doing my best to tell the truth.
I'm staring at Shrike now. Just like, yeah, you know, they're right.
Aurora's sleeping.
Well, hopefully he's still paying attention, just a little bit.
I am paying attention.
No, Aurora.
I mean, Aurora.
Aurora is a female, as far as I know.
Well, let us redact.
I hope that Mitchell is just pretending to be asleep.
But we shall redact that and adjust the statement and go from the point of after you communicated with said pirates.
So yes, as I stated, from there we gathered on the beach. We discussed the likelihood of the pirates not being who they say they were, or perhaps the contract was not put in good faith.
Mitchell took it back.
Sorry, what did you say?
I was trying to be subtle, but he wasn't paying attention.
Oh. Oh.
So from there we agreed that we needed to see the elves to kind of see if they knew anything about what happened.
Now, as we understand, this tribe of elves that lived on this island are very reclusive and don't really talk to outsiders, let alone let them just run all over the island. And
this is what we were to understand as well, but they actually were kind to us.
So you managed to establish a relationship with these elves.
Oh, I made a welcome card and gave them some cookies as a gift. Saying thank you for allowing us on your beautiful island, and they were very nice.
All the way to the right, out of the 5, just starts shaking their head back and forth.
I'm gonna look a little worried because Mirra is talking out of turn again. But then I will speak up to say, yes, we managed to form an alliance with them and a friendship, and they were very kind and peaceful.
Noted. You see them all start writing stuff down. Now, what was established of their culture? As in, and you see him finish writing, what were they of the high elf descent? Were they of the wood elf descent?
I cannot say for sure, as I'm not that well versed on the differences between elves, but their culture was very nature-based. They cared a lot about the island and the forest on the island, and they also cared a lot about the elementals who reside on the island.
No speculation, sir, so I refuse to answer your question.
That's been a really good response. All right. Noted. All right. Now, while they can't, and this is out of character as a DM, while they can't, what's the word? You can choose to say the truth, or you can choose not to say anything at all. That's also another option.
Okay.
Now, what exactly occurred upon your meeting with the elves?
So, what happened was we tried to find a place to camp, and then these creatures began to rise out of the water, and we were running for our lives for a period of time. And we came upon an opening in the forest, and we began to run down that path. and eventually the path continued to open. There was a glowing... I don't know what to call it. Perhaps a sign of some sort? A sigil, maybe? That we came across, and we asked for passage, and the next thing we knew, we had passage.
Continue.
So, from there, we met a single elf who asked us to, like, identify ourselves, and we told that elf who we were and that we were interested in helping the problem that was going on, and that elf insisted that we needed to talk to their, I guess, leader. And from there, he brought us to the elf village.
Continue.
In the village, we spoke to the leader there, and we were informed upon the idea that there were elementals around the shipwreckage site who were very upset. And the reason
Mitchell,
why...
hang on 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why I'm interrupting. Mitchell, I need you to make... We'll just say a dexterity check.
What?
What?
Excuse me?
You heard him.
Take your check.
13.
All of a sudden, the individual that you've been eyeballing pulls something out of his... because he's kind of robed. He pulls something out of his sleeve, and it's like a dart, and he throws it right at Breya, and you manage to catch it in midair before it gets all the way. And all of a sudden, the courtroom bursts into screaming and terror as a bunch of individuals start pulling their hoods up and making their way to the front of the court. Bailiff! Bailiff! Return order to this courtroom!
I'm gonna duck down a little afraid.
I'm getting ready to interfere.
And all of a sudden, you see... All of a sudden, Breya, that mark on your right hand starts to burn and glow.
Okay, I'm gonna hold my hand and yell out in pain.
And
It's
then-
chaos.
Suddenly, a sword goes through the main judge's body. Just... And he falls over, and one of the other judges pulls back his hood, but leaves like the black mesh on, and kind of swishes his sword off to get the blood off. God, this was a pain to get off. And you see both the bailiffs, not the bailiff that's near Shrike, but both the bailiffs at the exit just fall over as everybody's just running out of the room.
I'm running to Breya's aid. Do I have boot daggers still?
No,
We
none
did
of you
not
have
bring
anything.
anything. Nope.
I didn't say anything.
We did not bring anything because we didn't want to cause any problems.
None of the people, or said, none of you tried to even hide anything coming in.
I tried the person who was just trying to get
Expected to
go
be
through.
safe.
I brought me. That's all I need. Oh, and I have my elemental. I can do almost anything I want.
I guess Mirra would be trying to shoo people out the door.
Well, not much time passes
Yeah.
when all of a sudden all the prowlers take visible form, and there's like 30 of them.
Oh. Never mind then. They got this.
They start drawing their weapons and getting in their stances. He's like, well, there's no need for violence beyond this point, says the guy who stole the judge, or killed the judge, sorry, stole the judge. He goes, we were just trying to make a point, and this dude was, I don't know, he seemed like an asshole to me. And he kicks him. He goes, he puts his sword away. Just so you know, we have your number, elites. We can get to you anytime, anywhere. You might be careful about what you talk about in the future.
I look up at them, my hands searing, and I say, you cannot scare me into silence.
Oh!
Big words coming from somebody without anything.
Hey, I have fists.
And prowlers.
Well, they clap a little bit, and they're like, well, we'll see how far your words take you, because obviously your actions aren't getting you anywhere. In any case, we'll be seeing each other around. And you see them grab their mesh mask, and they, like, right up at their eyebrow, and you see them tear it open so that their eye is visible. It's a black, like the white part of their eye is black. And
Oh, how scary.
the middle part of the iris is like blood red with like a snakish pupil, like the vertical pupils that's yellow. And their
Very
skin,
scary.
their skin is much darker. I wouldn't say it's black, but it's like tan, like very tan. And we'll be seeing each other again. And as he steps back,
Is that a promise or a threat?
as he steps back, you just see him fade to nowhere. He just dissipates.
I run over
That's
to
a
the
cool
judge
trick.
and try and do spare the dying.
You spare him. He stabilizes.
Yes. Got you, fam.
But
Damn. I'm
as
hoping
soon as he
Breya up and
leaves-
holding.
as soon as he leaves, the one gentleman that threw the dagger rushes straight towards Aurora, and all the other like 5-7-ish people who put their hoods up begin combat with the prowlers, which is really quick. But Aurora, you have somebody coming to your face.
I'm immediately going to punch them in the face.
Aurora
I'll be
doesn't,
right back.
Can
Aurora
I?
doesn't need any weapons. Make an attack roll for me.
Of course. Of course. 9.
No.
Total?
Yes.
That still hits.
Oh.
Their AC is
dear.
8.
Oh dear.
Oh.
I need damage, please.
10.
That's more
Okay,
than
I'm
their,
back.
that's more than their 4. Is this lethal or?
That. Oh yeah, that'd be lethal.
I'm sorry. Just like head is there, head is gone.
So basically, he comes rushing at you, and he pulls a dagger out from his other sleeve. And as he makes a stab, you just slide by. You turn sideways, and the dagger just goes straight past your chest. And with a really powerful knee, you send him up a little bit, and then maybe it's 5, maybe it's 7, but you get off a flurry of punches to his whole everything, and he just crumples onto the ground, motionless. Like one good knee to get him up in the air, and then you just pummel the shit out of him before he hits the ground.
Oy.
There's a little bit of clashing and everything in the surrounding area, and then everything goes silent once the prowlers have dealt with the rest of the individuals. You hear
What the fuck just happened?
you hear the bailiff. Is everybody okay?
Not
The
okay.
judge is not.
You see him run up to the judge's area.
I was able to stabilize him.
He's alive?
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's alive! They don't call you Velonan Velites for nothing, huh?
Spare the dying for the win.
It's a very, very good spell. Anybody else doing things? Everybody's just kind of, the prowlers are just assessing everything at the moment.
Breya, what's on your hand? What happened?
I'm trying to remember where I even got this mark. I remember being concerned about it, but I don't remember where I got it.
You hear the bailiffs go, wait a second. You said you casted magic?
Nope. Never
He's
gonna
talking to you,
question it.
Mirra.
Yeah.
He's talking to you.
Yeah.
This whole courtroom is surrounded in an anti-magic field. Literally everything inside of here is an anti-magic field. Now he says that loud enough for Shrike to hear.
He's got the little buddy, but the
Yeah, the little buddy's still there.
but
in an anti-magic field.
So
they should have fucking known right away, because he had a little floating dude, just chilling.
One of the Prowders go, there's a little bit more to it than that, and that's what this court date was for. You hear the judge come to. He coughs up a little bit of blood. I need you all to come here.
what?
I rushed toward him.
Well, the only person that heard that was Mirra and the bailiff.
You guys, I want
stand at the thing.
You want you over here. Hey,
I
hey.
rushed toward the judge.
Does that include me?
I'll give him like 3 points of healing, just so he doesn't have collapsed lung or something.
Good idea.
No, they're all gone. Thank you. But as you all kind of approach, he goes, forgive me for my grandstanding. Some habits die hard, I suppose. But the actual reason for your court date today was to discuss the spirits.
The elementals?
They are not elementals.
What are they?
All of a sudden, your little friend speaks to you, Shrike.
Yep.
He goes, how dare she call us elementals? That's like
I am not gonna translate.
that's like calling a lizard a dragon, you know?
To be fair, I was told they were elementals. This is not my fault.
Yeah.
No, that's true. Well, the only person that really knows at this point is Shrike. This is only to him.
No, I'm aware.
I am not translating.
When we heard of the whole situation about basically sentient magic items being able to take physical forms, becoming enchanted spirits, causing a ruckus. Oh, there's a happy doggy.
Baby.
And also, there was mention of you purifying said spirits. And that. And he passes out.
Spare the dying and 3 points of healing.
Right, well, he spared the dying and 3 points of healing.
He basically just died and came back to life. Give him a break.
Nah.
He's just unconscious.
Okay. At least he's not like coughing up. Hopefully, my thing was just so he'd stop coughing up blood and being all gross. But
He wasn't dead. Thankfully.
No, he's alive.
Yeah. Because not spare the dead.
Right, well, the bailiff goes, he needs to rest. This has been quite the travesty. We're lucky no.
hello?
Ooh.
What's up?
Hello?
Okay, I think I froze because all of a sudden everyone stopped.
I heard Breya say something. What did you say? Sorry.
What did I? Oh, I said, do we have any idea who just attacked?
Well, nobody's really assessed the bodies yet.
I don't wanna.
Can I take a closer look at one right now to see if they look familiar at all?
The Prowlers are okay with you guys doing it because you have a lot of elites. You get to be treated special.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up to see if I recognize anything about
Is
what
anybody
they look
else
like.
helping out, or
I suppose I'll help.
Oh, if I have to.
It's all icky, dead people.
for every person that assists her, she gets +1, and if somebody
Oh
has
yeah.
proficiency in investigation, they can give her +2.
Everyone, get their asses over here.
I'm
Yeah,
coming.
I'll go over and help. It can't make my position as a potential member of the team in jeopardy, right? The judge almost died.
So that's +4 with all of them helping you out. So you gather around the closest body.
Rolled a 1. Can I reroll?
Well, somebody still has an inspiration point.
No, I don't. I used it.
You don't.
Hey, bitch! Whoever has an inspiration point, I used mine to help the entire party last week.
But I'm
Well, you-
saving it.
It's important.
Are you sure?
Well, that's just it. You don't know if this is something that is super important or not, but
Are you sure
You
it's
know.
important?
I feel like it's important, but it's up to you. It's your point.
If you're like, if you think we'll know.
actually, I think there's
you'll
one
help.
more person with an inspiration point, if I remember right.
It's not me.
Also, not me.
Lilith?
Is it me? Is it?
I could have sworn you had one too.
I
But
thought
maybe not.
Lilith had one.
Lilith
I might have.
definitely has one, and Lilith is
No,
definitely
did
gonna
you use
it.
it?
I don't remember using one, but I also don't remember getting one.
You have one.
I thought you were given one for something.
In any case,
I'll use it
so
because
well,
I've been living like I
again,
haven't had one.
I'm just saying. I just want to present the options. You don't have to do anything,
I'm
but
fine with that.
if you guys want to, I just wanted to make sure because a lot of times you're like, oh yeah, I could use an inspiration point. Oh yeah, I could use an inspiration point. So I
Oh
wanted to
yeah, I could have used an inspiration point.
Lilith
in
will
fact,
use
I actually
hers.
have 5, and I'm gonna use one for this.
You fucking liar!
But I was pretty sure that Lilith had one.
I
So
feel like you clicked it, and I thought I clicked it by accident, so I unclicked it.
okay.
So
So do you want to use yours, Lilith?
I'll use mine. Yeah.
It is night and day. Like, or I shouldn't say night and day, but like it is super apparent. Like the moment you start looking at them, the way their body is like kind of sickly and thin, and they have the certain markings here and there. These are the cultists from that place you guys went to.
That's what I wondered if they were with the masks.
Weirdly enough, they all had their mask on them, but none of them put them on before they died.
They all shoot, and that guy disappeared into nothing. Remember, he just shifted to nothing.
Yeah, as he's
I'll
what did you see
gasp
that night,
and
Mirra?
then look down at my hand and say, "Oh yes, now I remember."
mm-hmm.
Who touched you, Breya?
The man who could teleport.
I think he said his
Santa
name.
Claus?
He did say his name out loud, didn't he?
The
He
man.
did, but it was something goofy.
Well, Abaddon.
Abaddon, that's what it was. A bad guy.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
guy
wow.
Abaddon touched me.
In his
Well, I didn't
honor,
know.
I'm going
Was
to
it
remind
in the
you that
no-no
it's pronounced
square?
Abaddon.
I'm sorry,
Abaddon.
his
Yeah, it
name
is
is
Abaddon.
Abaddon to me.
Abaddon.
Is Abaddon.
Is it Abaddon?
It's
I
Abaddon.
think I
It's
screwed it up
supposed to be Abaddon, but he spelled it like Abaddon, so we are within our rights.
Okay.
No, you're not. You're under arrest.
Shut up.
But in any case,
You didn't come to my birthday party.
everything. Oh,
Right? Fuck Mitchell.
ugh.
I mean,
Didn't come to my birthday party.
That escalated quickly.
Quite the trip to Canada.
I have a few free days coming up.
So you're coming to Canada?
Yeah, let me run there real quick.
Awesome.
You have to fly.
I have a bunk bed.
This is all information that you've received, Lilith, so you might need to disseminate it so that your friends know.
Oh, I'll let my friends know.
That sounded like a threat.
Listen, Mirra.
Oh,
the same
no.
bastards. These are the same bastards that fucked with us. I don't know how many years. A year ago.
You also find another potion of healing on them.
I'll take
A
it.
potion of healing, not natural healing. A potion of healing.
Dibs.
I have 3, so I'm not gonna take it from you.
She bought at the market.
I bought all the
was
potions.
you? That was you.
That was
That was
her.
me.
She bought all of them. I'm gonna check for that dude's mask.
It's there. It's the same kind of like wooden material, and it's just pure white.
I'm gonna take it so we can give it to that mean lady who was in charge.
You never did ask her name.
Yeah, she was mean. She
bitch.
scared
You're
me.
talking about the instructor knight.
Yeah,
Yeah, fuck her.
Ugh.
the scary lady.
She's just nasty.
Yeah.
Grumpy.
He's in the background just crying right now.
Right. So the bailiff and the prowler. So we're gonna escort you out of here back to your facilities, I guess is the word.
I look at them and I say, is there anyone I can see about this mark on my hand? It was burning when they attacked.
They look down. What mark?
I show them my hand. You don't see this?
There's nothing there.
Okay,
You can't see the prowler's face, but the bailiff looks clearly puzzled.
Breya, you okay?
do you not see this mark on my hand?
And Lilith, you didn't see anything either when you came over initially.
Okay, is there someone who knows about curses that I could see? Because there's definitely a mark on my hand no one else can see.
I mean...
And it is burning! It is burning very hot.
Currently, you currently see a mark that is on fire on your hand.
Isn't it,
like
black,
right now.
Josh? The
Sorry?
color? Isn't it, like, black or gray?
It's a black swirl.
There isn't any, like, writing on it?
No words.
I've been touched, and it's a black swirl, and it's burning, and
Damn
what
it,
if
Dave.
that's what they use to locate us?
We can talk to Bellhaven.
Yes, I will talk to
Given-
Bellhaven.
Given that he used an inspiration point, I want to add a little bit more just to make it worthwhile.
Yeah.
Lilith,
Yes.
what if the way they got in here was the mark?
That was my thought. What if it was an anchor?
Oh, no.
Because he said, no matter where you go,
We gotta cut off her
Eagle eye.
hand.
You have to use
I'm
your,
gonna
you have to
hold
lose
out
your
my
hand.
hand and say, Lilith, cut my hand off.
We can get good
You probably
prosthetics.
should have asked Aurora to do it. She's probably better at it.
Oh,
Aurora
good.
punches
Aurora doesn't
things.
use weapons.
She's gonna
That's-
punch my arm off, is what you're
Yeah.
asking.
and again, one more thing, just like I said, I want to make the inspiration point worthwhile. You do know a very, 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 very powerful cleric.
Oh.
I was gonna go to Bellhaven. Is that not good enough?
Can we do that
That's
after we
who
cut
I'm
your hand
referring
off?
to.
Yeah,
you
I
can
was
grow your
gonna
hand
go to
back.
Bellhaven.
Well, if we
Add
cut
it
it
there.
off, then just grow it back, and then we could use the old hand and put
Hey,
it in a lead box. And then we only
Josh.
take it out when we want them to come.
Hold on, can I say I forgot about the mark because it disappeared until now?
Forgot.
What?
I knew you forgot.
Yeah, can I say in character that she forgot because it was invisible?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
But
I
yeah.
do actually have it written down that she has that mark on her hand.
Oh, good.
I just forgot.
I
I
thought you
faintly
for-
remembered because I was like, haha.
I thought
She
you
got
completely forgot about it.
No, I have it written down.
Now that we're talking about it, yeah, but
I only remembered because Montezuma had a similar thing with a mark, and I was like, oh god.
right?
Is this Breya this
Oh
time?
my god, the fucking demon.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
am gonna rewrite it down at a different place though, so it's easy to access.
Well,
And
Breya,
Abaddon's name.
Breya, if you do
Abaddon.
truly know there's a mark there, you know who to talk to.
I need to go see Belhaven right now.
Or I can use my blades and.
I'm gonna turn
Let's
away
go
and
get
just
you drunk.
immediately hurry for the exit.
Wait for me!
As you run ahead, just a few prowlers go with you.
Wait for me!
I'll turn to the prowlers and say we need to get to Belhaven's stat.
Or no, I stop and I turn back. I kissed up the prowlers that need to take care of Alessandra, and I forgot if I ever asked that dude's name. Hang on, I'll wrote it down.
I think he did tell us his name. It was something weird though.
Who?
The pirate.
The pirate that we saved.
Seem to remember he told us his name when he gave us those trinkets. By the way, what was your trinket, Mirra?
I'm not telling you.
Well, I can puke fire now. Can you puke fire?
No, I can't shoot fire.
No, I can puke fire.
I can't puke fire. I think that would be bad because I
really
get
fun.
hairballs sometimes, you know.
To be fair, it's not just fire. It's like fire, ice, acid.
Wait,
just
is her hand actively on fire?
No.
That's unfortunate.
No one else can see what in the world she's talking about.
Can his elemental see it?
I don't know. Can it?
I don't know. Can it?
I have the air elemental out. That's why I was asking. I was gonna say, like, if there was actual fire that I could use to summon the fire elemental.
Well, she says it's burning, but she has talked to you guys before and described it as a black mark.
Can I use the air elemental to just, like, gust of wind over her hand to see if that does anything to help?
Sure.
Does it do anything to help?
They can do druid. They can do druid.
There is this spell called
prestidigitation.
Druidcraft.
They can do druidcraft, prestidigitation, and thaumaturgy levels of stuff.
I miss Cicero.
I loved Cicero.
So if you want to make it blow air on her hand, that's what happens. But she just sprinted down, or sprinted up the walkway.
I did. I'm running to Belhaven.
Alright, I'm gonna follow.
I want to make sure that Miss Alessandra and I don't remember where I wrote down the fucking pirate's name are taken care of.
We're gonna call him Jordan.
Oh.
Pirate Jordan.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
What?
Oh, hey, Dave's last name.
Yeah.
It's your fault it came to my mind.
You know what the funny part is, too? So I think it was Friday, I actually changed my name on Facebook from the name that I had taken from Caitlin to my actual last name. So that's a thing. Yeah.
So, okay.
Congrats, that's a big step.
Two first names.
So,
Yeah.
So, let me get this straight so I have it right in my head. So, Breya ran up the ramp out of the room.
And I'll be right back.
Mirra?
I'm making sure that Alessandra and our pirate friend are taken care of.
They're not there.
Oh no! I want to ask one of the prowlers to see if everyone that ran out of the room is taken care of.
Well, currently we're handling it. We're getting everybody to safety and double checking overall the entire facility to see if there's anybody else still here.
Okay, please
I'm
make
still
sure
here.
that you check and make sure that the other two witnesses are okay. Okay, I want to make sure that
You hear one of the prowlers say, "You don't really have a standing to give us orders." And do you see the other one kind of elbow him in the
just
chest?
want to make sure they're okay. I'm worried about them.
Can I like buff up and be like, you listen to her?
Well, I said, right as he says that, the other one that was listening elbows him in the chest and is like, "Don't worry, man, we'll take care of it."
Okay, thank you
Let's roll an intimidation check here.
very much. All of a sudden,
decent thing to
Aurora
do.
just appears behind her.
Menacing silhouette.
Oh god.
He's just standing there.
And then I
Well,
turn around and
Frantically.
see Aurora, and it's like, Aurora, there you are. Let's go. We're around to see Ballhaven.
You lead the way. Who's Bellhaven?
I don't know where the exit is.
It's up the ramp. It's the only doors to the entire place.
God, Mirra, it's right there. Follow me. Come on.
Okay.
I'm here.
All right, I'll
Hi.
be back. Lilith will be back.
Okay.
So, can we say at this point everybody's followed Breya?
Now we have, yes.
Okay. So, I'm going to fast forward just a little bit. So,
Okay.
everybody's being ushered and taken care of. The entire facility is actually emptied. They make everybody in the entire building leave systematically. You guys are once again light term frisked, interrogated. God damn it, Mitchell. But basically, you know, they make sure that
You said his favorite activity. What do you expect?
so
He visits the airport just so he can have that activity. Like, come on.
It's true.
I put things in my pants.
they
Just like that.
they confiscate that dagger, and
Do they take the mask?
what do you tell them about the whole story about the dagger? And yes, they took all the masks technically.
What
they
dagger are we talking about?
One Mitchell caught that was going straight for you and would have hit you.
Well, I think it needs to be investigated.
Well, they confiscated to investigate, but I'm asking Mitchell what he tells them about it, or what Aurora tells them about it.
Someone hid it up their bum holes to keep it safe.
Give it back?
It was the bad guys.
And how did you come into possession of it?
Because I snatched it out of the air with the flick of a wrist.
It was amazing. All of a sudden, this dude was like, "What you?" and threw it right at Breya, and Aurora was like, "Not today," and grabbed it.
Breya slides up next to Aurora and takes her hand.
Just like, what? And then everything went crazy.
I owe you my life.
So, this is what I'm gonna put in character chat. This is what they find about on that poison. It is poison of the purple worm.
Ew, would it turn me into a worm?
Poison. Ew.
No.
It's purple worm
Harvesting.
poison is one of the greatest things ever invented. There's
Out of
a
character.
TikTok video of somebody at level 1 being able to do a shit ton of damage with purple worm poison.
I said out of character. The person that is
Out of character, not to brag, but at level 1,
Wasn't that level 0?
But yeah, that was level 0. Basically, the poison from a purple worm, if it affects an individual, it's a DC 19 Constitution saving throw. In which, if you fail, you take 12d6 poison damage.
I would have been dead.
We all would have been dead. I think it could have killed all of us.
Potential for 72 poison damage.
Oh, Paylor. Oh, God.
And if you fail, it's still half.
Oh, Paylor.
I have 28 HP max. I would have gone down.
Yep.
Wait,
Oh,
wait.
yeah, you're a barbarian. You got a lot.
Oh, right. We got level 2, didn't we?
Yeah.
Well, in order to kill you, it would have had to hit you for 56 points of damage at least.
I think I would have been down.
So he saved you.
He did indeed, and I owe him my life, and now he has my hand.
You're misgendering Aurora.
Sorry,
Damn it.
she.
Well, I did it too. It's my fault.
Wait,
And
am
I did
the
it because
only
Josh did it.
masculine here?
Yes.
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 And even that I'm technically non-gendered,
Yes.
non-binary.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, you are.
I take Aurora's hand and say, "You saved me." And then I keep holding Aurora's hand.
Sounds about right.
Aurora.
Wait, how much health did you say you have, Breya?
28.
Oh, I heard 20 for some reason. I was like, that's not right.
I think she's got the most. I got
I should hope
24.
so. She has a D12 for hit dice.
Yeah.
Because I heard 20, I was like, that doesn't make sense. You should have a D12 minimum. Even
No.
on a 0 con.
So, after everything's established, you guys give your side of the story, all that good stuff. Basically, you usher over, at this point in time, they would just be finishing lunch at the academy. And you guys come basically bursting into Bellhaven's office, which is pretty much the library.
Yeah, I'm gonna go right up to him and show him my hand and say, "Do you see anything here?"
As you're walking up, he goes, "Well, I am happy to see you, lass. This is a little bit much to keep bursting into every room I'm in."
It's an emergency!
It's important!
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! And as you're putting your hand up, like, whoa, whoa, now, lass, what's wrong?
So we were in court, talking about what happened on the mission, and then people just, like, appeared in the court, and they attacked me, and my hand was burning, and they almost killed me, but Aurora caught the thing midair. And do you see anything on my hand?
And there was, like, poison, and they had the masks from the thing, yeah, and she's talking about burning,
we got trapped in.
and we can't see anything, and
that guy, Abaddon, that guy.
He was all like, "We'll find you wherever you go," and she said her hand is burning and has a mark, but none of us can see it. I'm helping!
You see him blink a few times with his hands kind of up, and then he looks at the prowlers that came with you, and they both kind of just nod. And, okay, it's like, well, let's get started then. Put your hand on the table.
And do as he says.
Quick, cut it off!
I hand him an axe.
He goes, "Oh, thank you." And he kind of flips it so it's the butt end, and he taps Lilith on the head with it.
Oh.
You're the one that just said that you give him an axe, right?
Yeah.
It would be really funny if it wasn't Lilith.
Well, and then after he taps you on the head with it, he just, like, tosses it away. He's like, "We don't need that." You see
Let it be known, I was willing to lose my hand if need be.
It's true.
He kind of looks at Breya with a face, like, really? And then he goes back to concentrating. And he starts whispering something under his breath, an incantation. You can't really make it out. But the room starts to go darker, and the area in between his hands and your hand starts to glow really brightly. And it glows brighter and brighter, and then some symbols appear within the glowing. Symbols that you don't recognize. Then the mark finally starts to appear for everybody to see. Give me a second here.
I whisper, I told you.
She was crazy.
Oh, damn. That's spooky.
And as it
Looks
gets
like
more...
It looks like the Mark of the Kindred.
Yeah, kind of. So kind of you to notice. Any case, it goes more and more intense. Like, you think it can't get any more black, but then it does. and it gets to the point where it's almost like jet black. It's a black that you don't think you've ever seen on an object or in a paint color or in an armor ever. And then all of a sudden it starts to crack and it fades away.
Ooh.
So he's able to get rid of it.
Yep, out of character, Belhaven is a level 15 cleric. So.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, fuck. What the hell?
I
Only
have a
level
look of
15.
complete awe on my face.
But as he finishes, you see there's maybe like 4 or 5 sweat drops going down his face, and he kind of sits back.
Are you okay? Do you need a cookie? Oh wait, I didn't bring my cookies.
Mirra, my
I'll
dear,
bring you some cookies.
I'm just getting too old for this shit. That's why I became a teacher. And he wipes his forehead. Now, you mind telling me how you managed to get this on your hand? Because I don't believe you talked about this before.
I had forgotten about it because it disappeared. I thought I dreamed it. It happened a year ago, and it was on my hand when we got back, but I thought it was just like a nightmare.
All right. You two. He's referring to the prowlers. And he goes, scat. And he kind of waves them off with one hand.
Bye, thank you for watching over us.
They point at it themselves, and he's like, yeah, and don't think about coming in here invisible. I'll know, and I will whoop your ass.
It's true.
It's true. They do a little bow, and then they leave. And Belhaven turns around. And you see him start to incant. He pulls up a symbol, which is... No, you're not really sure what symbol that is either. But as he's holding up and chanting, all of a sudden a door appears in front of you guys.
Ooh. I jolt a little because I was not expecting a door.
And he turns the knob and opens it. And it looks like a log cabin with a roaring fireplace on the other side.
I love it.
Is this where you live?
Don't tell anyone. Sometimes I hide here during training.
Yeah, it sounds like that.
You can only take so much of the stupidity before you gotta do something else. And he looks at Aurora.
What?
I look, I'm like, Aurora's actually the reason I'm alive. They tried to poison me.
Oh. Well, he comes over to Aurora, and he places his right hand on Aurora's right shoulder. So kind of across.
How can you even reach that high?
You'd be surprised.
Just a stone lifting him from the ground to your height.
But he is reaching upwards. He's a good bit taller than... Well, most dwarves aren't like super short. He's like 5 feet, 4.5 feet. So if he raises his hand up, he can reach that distance. But in any case, he puts his right hand on your right shoulder. He goes, well, I deeply apologize and I take it back. Thank you very much for saving her life.
Yeah.
He caught the dagger mid-air.
It was so cool.
What? Did he do it with his teeth?
Her.
Whoa.
Misgendering!
Shit.
How? How's this happening? What happened? What happened to this session?
Did she catch it with her teeth?
It happened so fast I can't be sure, but we can say that's what happened.
I hope she didn't catch it in her mouth. It was poison.
Oh, that's true.
Well,
you need to wash out your mouth! Quick, someone find a juice box!
Don't worry. sorry, poison can't kill me.
Belhaven looks at you like, oh really?
I have an advantage against poison, but I still think I would have died.
He goes, in any case, everybody's alive, and we have a lot to talk about.
Whoa.
I follow him.
Everybody, I'm not going first. Everybody in.
Okay.
I step in before him.
I go in.
I
1,
will
2.
also go in.
He catches you with his left hand, and he goes, "This had nothing to do with you, did it?"
I mean, I was there.
Mm.
I'm with them.
All right. All right, tall shadow, go in.
I look back and say, Shrike's a good person.
Or, sorry, I said tall shadow, long shadow. My apologies.
Shrike's a good person. He hasn't done anything bad.
Oh, he lets you in.
I'll be fourth.
I'm into the secret space.
Secret.
I joined the cool kids.
Yeah.
Aurora?
Sorry, I just got some interesting news. What? Sorry.
You go in?
He has the
Yeah.
door open for you guys.
Yes,
Everybody else.
I'm following.
All right. And as you guys go in, he closes the door. And you guys are basically in this very pleasant log cabin. There's like food and other assorted things. Looks like there's stuff to read, stuff to maintain your equipment and whatever not. And the fire is really nice. He goes, we got about 8 hours. So, and he sits down at one of the chairs next to a table. Goes, care to explain to me what the fuck is going on? Like, right before you guys showed up, there was talk about the cult actually managing to break into the legislative building.
Yeah,
That's where we were.
turns out the anti-magic field was down because I could cast. They stabbed the main judge guy, and I ran up and I tried to do
You
I'm
stabilized
sorry,
him.
did you say that the main judge was stabbed?
Yeah, by
Yes,
one of
but
the
we
other
were-
judges.
For some reason, we were brought to the Supreme Court to talk about the report of our mission.
Aye, it was about the spirits that differentiate themselves from the elementals.
Yes, and so when we were there, we were maybe about midway through the story when all of a sudden Aurora caught the dagger and one of the judges stabbed another judge and then revealed themselves not to be a judge.
There was a whole bunch of them. They were hiding as, like, I think bailiffs and judges and just people, and then they all started attacking.
None of the bailiffs were
okay.
imposters.
But why did they come back?
And they told me to be careful what I talked about because wherever I went, they would know where I was.
Not anymore, they won't.
What was that mark?
You see him go over to the big bookshelf full of books. Bookshelf. Deities. And you see the bookshelf just all. Have you guys ever seen the part in the Matrix movie where they say guns and then the whole aisles of guns?
Yeah.
So basically, you see that with the bookshelf. The book is like cycling through the books, and then it's like, okay, Dune.
Ooh.
One book is on the shelf. He brings it back over, and he puts it on the table, And he opens it up, flips to the pages. And then one page next, the page is nothing but the symbol exactly as it was on your hand.
I gesture to it. I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what it was right there.
That one.
I cleansed it. I saw it.
No, I know, but the others behind me did not see it when I could see it. They all thought I was nuts. And it was burning, too.
I didn't say that. I just said we couldn't see it.
No, Mirra didn't think I was nuts. The other ones did.
For the record, I still think you're nuts.
That's fine. I'm probably halfway there.
Come on.
So this emblem.
Halfway there. Whoa.
Lemon on a pear.
Yeah.
Living on a pear.
So, as the old tales would say, but basically, this is the god that created the abyss, where all demons reside.
Ooh, that's fun.
He is also considered the god of basically nothingness. So if there were gods for creation, he's the god that believes in returning everything to nothing. He is also referred to as the elemental chaos, or as his symbol would depict, the elemental eye. I don't know what you bunch have gotten yourselves into, but if they can break into that building, we have some very serious problems, both for you and Valona as a kingdom.
Do you think they're afraid that I know something? Because that seemed like nothing more than trying to intimidate us.
Or they believe that you might say something that may tip off something according to their plans. So it might be less of something that you know, but more of something that you might give us a hint to. But the biggest thing of all of this... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, perhaps it has to do with the spirits. Because the judge, Mirra did manage to stabilize him, and he managed to say a few words, and he went to tell us what the true purpose of the court case was, but then he passed out after he said spirits.
Aye. Silverus was never a tough old coot.
Titan. Shh, shh, shh. Titan, hey.
But in any case, the biggest dilemma is that Valona's... And he stops for a moment. What I'm about to tell you all is to remain in the utmost secrecy.
I'm like super good at secrets.
I nod and I
I swear on any deity that is left, if I find out you talk about this, I will end you.
I would never.
Okay.
And I salute.
He looks at Shrike.
Yes. Yeah, like, you know. Who would I tell?
That's
And you're-
a horrible like defense statement.
I talked to these guys. I mean, I do have my elementals, or my spirits. That's true. But like, they basically already know what I know. So like.
And do you have an elemental app right now?
Yeah, I've kept air out.
Banishes an elemental.
Well, he's like, interesting. This area is also anti-magic.
Well, yeah. Never really been one for the rules.
Maybe spiritual magic works different than Arcana does.
And that's why the barriers aren't working. Do you guys remember when we were looking for the child and we found that spell? And the guard was super surprised that it was there?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that was something like this?
Now I do.
Hmm?
I turned to Belhaven. I'm like, did you ever see that in the reports about when we look for the child?
Oh, no one ever mentioned anything about the spell.
Oh, it's so much fun.
So
yeah, it was a good spell.
we were assured that it was going to be reported to the higher ups, but maybe that guard wasn't to be trusted.
Or maybe the higher ups just left it out of the report on purpose.
Or that. There was a spell that would spring you up to the top of the wall.
Yes, the jump spell.
Yes. And
Although to jump that high, it would have to be a very powerful jump spell.
yeah, but it definitely worked. Aurora and I both used it.
Didn't Mirra use it too? There was. I'm
I
pretty sure
did.
there were. Yeah, there
Pretty
was.
sure I did.
There were 3 of you that did it.
Yeah.
In any case, the reason why Valona is successful as it is because of a powerful artifact that we have managed to obtain. It is not an artifact that we have disclosed to the public. He kind of looks around, almost in paranoia, but scanning. Valona has possession of an artifact named the Oracle Stone. Basically, in times where the gods are no longer with us, it literally can predict the future.
See, Pedi, Mitchell, this is why I like having cameras up, so I can look you in the eye and like give you a knowing.
Still look me in the eye.
I'm staring at you right
You just
now.
can't see that.
I can't get it back though. Can't get it back though.
FOMO.
The fear of missing out.
Oh, Jesus.
You feel better now.
I do. I do.
Yes?
Well, at least it's not in the dark.
Right.
That
I
would've
still
been
have that thing
terrifying.
for you, by the way. I just need to see
Don't
it.
do
Okay,
it.
sorry. Continue.
Don't do it. You want me to turn off the lights?
Don't
No.
do it.
No.
Don't do it.
So he continues.
Yes.
Basically, this stone that we have acquired has managed to turn the tide on many, many unfavorable events throughout Velona's history. Some of the biggest battles we've ever had with the other nations all boiled down to having this stone that no one knows about. The fact that I am telling you could probably put me on the chopping block for treason.
Oh.
Put my hand over my heart and say, I will never tell.
The chopping block of raisins.
Damn it, Aurora.
Aurora.
I like raisins.
In any case. Basically, up to this point, the Oracle Stone has always warned us of impending danger, even almost the most insignificant things. But it did not warn us about this. Or the person who uses it, our king, saw it and said nothing, which I find harder to believe.
Do you remember when Abaddon was talking to that clown and that woman? Do you think these people know of the stone's existence and are somehow remaining blind to it? We know they know how to go around the arcane barrier, so I don't think it's far-fetched to say that they somehow know of the stone.
Possibly.
Well, you could come up with a million different theories. But ultimately, we don't know anything about what's going on to even begin debating on what's truth and what's false.
That's true.
But I tell you this because called it an old man's intuition. Some serious gears have begun turning. And I feel that given today's events, you guys are included whether you like it or not. Including Stickman over here.
That's not good.
So with that said, you need to keep your heads on your shoulders. You need to look out for each other. And most of all, you need to pay attention. Is Aurora actually snoring?
Yes.
I punch her. You can't disrespect Mr. Bellhaven like this, Aurora. You gotta listen.
Yeah.
But it's so boring.
It's not boring. It's life or death, you idiot.
This is very important.
Oh, no, it's okay. Go ahead and command word. Sleep.
Oh.
I need a wisdom
saving throw.
Good luck, he's a level 15 cleric.
You have to roll a 25 or a below. I'm kidding. It's probably
wisdom.
That's probably
18
right.
It's probably 18 or 20.
Well, it's 8 plus proficiency plus his modifier.
Natural 20.
It's still not high enough. Well, what is your
20
modifier?
minus what?
It is -1. Yeah, so 19.
19.
So yeah, that is not enough.
Oh, shit.
Oh no.
His modifier is 21. So, Aurora just goes to sleep. just snoring noise that you heard her make. All of a sudden, it's actually like the real deal loud, and she just goes thunk as she falls over directly onto the floor.
She must be tired.
I just look back at her and I'm like, I remember when that happened in training. Ouch.
Don't worry. She'll sleep it off. Anyways. But I'm being serious.
Yeah, this is some...
I won't tell.
Crazy.
And I'll make sure that we're careful.
I'm less worried about that you'll tell. I'm more worried that whatever's going on is putting you all in serious danger.
Oh yes, I am considerably anxiety-riddled about that now. We're supposed to be going to my home for our next mission, but now I'm worried about endangering my family.
And where's your home?
Out of character, just gotta go look at what the hell I named it again.
Even I memorized it.
What is it?
It's
Midway Burrow.
Yeah.
It's Midway Burrow.
That's not too far from here.
No.
But it's a wide open area. Not really defended.
It's a farming village.
Yeah, with literally no Velonan influence, more or less. Just paint a target on your back and say, "Here I am." Sorry.
We already said we'd do it.
We did.
My apologies. I shouldn't behave that way as an instructor. And he massages the bridge of his nose.
No, you're right, but...
They can't track me now. And all of you are sure you don't have marks.
Never seen it before in my life.
As far as I'm aware, I have nothing.
Let's think about this just a little bit. So, you were marked?
Mm-hmm.
Is there any situation you believe in which that might have happened?
When we were trying to get away from Abaddon, Abaddon?
He managed to touch you?
I think so.
Was it in your no-no zone?
He stabbed you.
Oh, yeah, he stabbed me.
He ran you through.
Wait.
He ran me through with his blade.
But I touched him worse.
And I woke up... and I woke up with that mark on my hand.
Bad touch.
I will absolutely permit Aurora to sleep talk. I touched him worse.
He ran me through with his blade, and when I woke up, the mark was on my hand, but I
Did-
thought I had dreamed it.
Did anybody else get touched or stabbed by this person?
Nope.
I don't even know who this person is.
He was scary.
He's a
Actually, I was
seriously bad guy.
dragged
He
out.
killed
I
our
don't remember.
friend.
We dragged Lilith out. Did he get stabbed?
I
Did
don't
he
think I
stab
got
Lilith?
stabbed, but I know I passed out.
I don't remember.
I
didn't get
think
stabbed.
I was the
Lilith.
only one because I remember trying to fight him.
I was working on the hostages, so I was,
And I was
well
working-
and clear.
Working on
In
getting
any
the fuck
case-
out of there.
Peace. YOLO, I'm out.
Proceed.
Perhaps the last place they would think I would go is my own home.
Well, for the time being, take care of the mission you signed up for. It's your duty and responsibility for taking the job.
Mm-hmm.
But as I said, don't let your guard down.
Mm-hmm.
As it stands, as paranoia as it might sound, you guys got each other.
And I can breathe fire now.
What?
I got a necklace that lets me breathe fire.
And you didn't tell
You gotta
anyone
give
that
me
it was
context,
Breya.
Lefty. You can't just drop these things.
Well, when we helped the pirate have some money to give back to his family, the one who really wasn't pirating but was just there for the day, he gave Mirra and I trinkets. He gave me a necklace and he gave Mirra a ring, and he said they knew that they did something. He just didn't know what, so I had it identified, and the necklace lets me breathe fire, acid, ice, lightning.
Oh. It's a necklace of dragon's breath.
Yes!
Intriguing. Those are quite rare.
I know, I'm very happy
Well,
with it.
hey. Since we're talking about trinkets we got, I'm gonna pull out my gun.
You don't have anything on you.
Oh, wait.
We
You
came
don't have
straight.
anything on
wait.
you?
I keys
Casually, just my gun. And anyway, I just started blasting.
I was getting there, but I also don't know how to use it.
Lilith shot first.
Danny DeVito.
So anyways, I started blasting.
And he goes, and yeah! And he points to Shrike.
Yes.
These are my kids. You got their backs, you hear me?
Yeah. I mean, that was the whole
dwarf.
plan.
Even this nut job. And he points down to Aurora.
Yeah, I mean, there's some
I'll end you,
redeeming
old man.
qualities there.
Belle even sits down on Aurora. This is a comfy seat. So tough and muscular. You could probably massage your back if you roll on it. You know those logs people use
Yeah.
on the floor? In any case, I'm trusting you with them. If I find
I
out...
will do my best not to let you down, stranger.
Aye. Alright, bunch of brats. You got some stuff to do before your travels, I'm sure.
We do. Thank
Now
you
look
for
for-
breaking the curse.
No problem, lassie. And he gets up. And he goes, looks like I'm gonna have to come out of retirement. Oh, and you hear him crack some bones and everything as he stretches. I just want to read a good book for a while. But evil never rests, it seems. Alright, everybody out. I got a book to read.
I head out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I.
Oh, and I stop and turn and try and poke Aurora.
Nope. Nope.
I just picture, like, Lilith and I, like, trying to carry Aurora out.
Well, you alone can carry Aurora.
I know, but Aurora's so big that I feel like I'd just be like, can someone hold her leg?
I'll take her feet.
Okay,
Yeah.
it is a floppy mat. Oh, there we go.
I got
Yeah,
legs.
Okay.
One on each shoulder, walking.
Pretty much.
So as everybody's leaving, he kind of says, "Lilith,
Yes.
something you want to tell me?" And this is out of earshot from everybody else.
Are you sure? Are you
Yeah,
sure?
I'm
No,
minding my
I'm sure.
business. I am dragging Aurora
As-
down the hallway.
If you walk through the doorway, you can no longer hear what's going
That's
on.
fine. Okay.
Something you need to say?
What do you mean? There's a lot
Very
of things
well.
I can say. This
As
is
you were.
Bless you, Jenny.
Bless you.
Bless you.
I do have a few items that we found that I might question, but this is gonna be a real shit show. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Maybe you just don't know. As you were, boy. Damn it! As you were. As you were last week.
I hate you so much.
Oh my
I'm gonna walk
god.
out.
Like, God!
Oh,
Oh,
God.
Taylor.
She doesn't even go here.
I'm
Ah.
sorry. I'm sorry.
It's
My brain is all over the place today, but
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard when I talk like this.
there you go.
If it makes you feel any better, I just view you as a very deep voiced woman.
Okay,
But he says, as you were last day. Be safe.
that's better.
rude.
Enjoy your book, Bellhaven.
All right.
And I'll
Are you exiting?
Yep.
The door just shuts on its own.
As we're dragging Aurora, I turn to Mirra and I'm like, no wonder he's always in the library, because his house is right in the library. He just summons his house.
Pretty
That's
much.
super handy. I like that.
one day.
You don't have to pay rent.
See?
It's
Right?
just omnipresent
Genius.
voice.
Fucking,
It's brilliant.
fucking, who wants to pay land tax? Seriously?
Oh my
Property-
gosh, and the commute time? Oh, you're just there.
Step out,
My
there's my
question,
job.
though.
I step in, there's my home.
If we picked up the door, could we move him to where we want when he's inside his house?
Do you want to try?
I am not envisioning a prank in the future, I promise.
We put it over the ocean. No, we put it in the ocean.
Nah.
He gets all tidy, opens the door, and it's just tropical fish.
Well,
And he doesn't say anything. He just stands there for like 5 straight minutes, looking straight into the bottom of the ocean. And then just slowly shuts it without saying a word.
I think what I would do is I would put it in a shipping box and then just have horses carry it off and wait for him to wake up and see where he is.
Mail it somewhere.
Yeah, mail it somewhere.
Poor Bellhaven.
Bellhaven will help us on our
He
journey.
takes-
We'll
he
mail
takes over
him
a whole
to
nation
Midway
by
Borough.
himself.
So,
It's just the Trojan horse of Bellhaven.
Well, I guess we gotta wait until Aurora's awake before we start on our journey.
it should have worn off the moment that you guys went through the door.
Sweet.
At this point, Aurora's choosing to sleep.
Okay, but can you imagine if the big bad, we like busted his door, and so he hired a commission for a new door, and we sneak in and we're like, we have that replacement door, and we just open it, and then Bellhaven's there. Ah!
Oh,
Bellhaven and friends.
now I'm pissed.
Remember when Bellhaven was a cripple?
Oh, poor Bellhaven and his walking stick. Ugh.
He was also a lot of other miserable things, but anyway.
Aww.
Yeah, he was very depressed. Anywho, we have a better Bellhaven now.
New
Better,
timeline.
better Bellhaven, better tomorrow.
There you go. So
I'm gonna
there was
bring
one more
Aurora
thing.
home to Midway Borough, and then I'm gonna introduce Aurora to my parents.
Oh,
No.
yes.
I don't think that's a good idea out of character.
You don't know what's Oh, out of character.
Well, all I pictured was Aurora waking up from sleep and saying "bad idea" and then going back to sleep.
I can just imagine the head snapping up. Bad idea.
Mom, Dad, this is who I want to be when I grow up.
And also the love of my life.
No, it's like a respectful love.
Not a romantic.
Not
love.
romantic, just extreme admiration.
The
And
person I am currently indebted to because they saved my life.
I do have a life debt, that is true. Mom, I have a life debt.
Mom, look what I got.
Crippling debt.
Oh.
Have crippling
That's a big-
anxiety.
That's a big mood. Crippling debt.
Same.
DM, I totally, because we kept talking about random stuff at the very beginning. I forgot to buy an herbalist kit, so I want to swing by and buy an herbalism.
You just say that you did.
Okay.
Well, I know one thing for
I
certain.
mean, you guys are free again now, so you can technically say that you did it.
So I want to buy.
I know one thing for certain, you guys. I will never go anywhere unarmed. I do not trust.
You
these
just went somewhere unarmed, but okay.
Not anymore. And you see what happened?
Yeah.
And you see what happened?
That's true.
I thought that was the most secure place we had.
I mean,
Good news is I was never unarmed.
Technically, one of your group went with registered weapons.
Well, Aurora and her fists.
I'm fairly sure it was completely my fault that happened, and I'm sorry.
It's okay.
We couldn't have known.
But I did know, and I didn't say anything.
Aurora, how'd you know that was gonna happen? Hey, wake up, Aurora.
Aurora!
It's dinner time!
I will lift Aurora into the air, and then I will drop Aurora.
Oh, what, like 2 feet?
Like your maximum height? Or are we talking about just like a 3-inch lift and drop?
A 3-inch lift and drop, and even though I'm only like 3-4 feet, no, I think I'm close to 5, because I'm a big halfling. So even though I'm not like that tall, she's still gonna hit the ground and it's gonna wake her up.
If you say so.
I drop her.
Well,
I kick her.
Oh, Aurora!
I wake up
gonna
with the
run
kick
as soon as I
and
see the
immediately grab the leg.
Oh.
I'm gonna shuffle out of this. This is training days again.
Well,
I'm ready.
If you're trying to grab and you're trying to run, once again between you two, acrobatics versus athletics.
Let's go, Aurora.
Damn it. No.
Oh.
No, I got a 7.
I got a 9. Bitch.
For the rolls, it looks like 19 versus 7.
Yeah, I'm too quick.
Aurora makes a quick grab, but Lilith is just too quick. He manages to pull the leg out from kicking just in time.
Wake up!
What do you want?
We're
How did
leaving!
you know that she was gonna get attacked? Who'd you see?
I don't know. Some weird guy.
Oh.
Who is
That's
some
it?
weird guy?
I don't remember.
That's all there is to it. Some weird guy.
Okay, well, if you ever see weird people again, not more than just you know? Let more people
Stare at
know.
Mirra.
What?
She kind of weird.
I'll check her pockets.
Who?
Mirra.
You find some
I'm gonna go
seashells.
get my stuff.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
gonna
we
get
should
my
get our stuff.
including all my gifts.
Okay.
How much is a horse or a pony in my case?
Aw.
Good question.
Should we get, like...
Do you think we should be able to take care of an animal?
Do you know who I am and where I'm from? I grew up on a farm with livestock.
Should we get, like, a carriage or... Not like a carriage, like a
A wagon?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna get a pony if I have enough money.
But if we chip in and get a wagon, then we can all ride in the wagon.
But I want to ride my pony.
But where will we ride?
I'm actually not.
What?
I'm actually not that well versed, but
Does Valona have a
Player's
horse rental
Handbook
system?
159. A draft horse is 50 gold
Horse
pieces.
riding says 75 gold pieces.
Correct.
A pony is 30 gold pieces.
Correct. And this is for travel, not for keeping.
How much is it to
Well.
buy pony?
It would
Because
probably
I was
be
gonna bring pony home as gift to family.
5 times as much.
So 30 times 5.
150.
Okay, can I draw 150 gold out of the bank, out of my 188, and buy a pony?
Sure, you don't want to contest the price?
You know what? I will. You know what? What does this pony look like? Give me some ideas. How old is it?
They're all healthy and they're all very young. They don't really
Okay.
sell. I don't want to call it old stock, but that's how they refer to it.
Yeah. I'm gonna look at the hooves and everything. And
I'm
then I
making
will
friends
say-
with the pony.
If you
Then-
really,
Oh,
really,
bro.
really, really want to inspect it,
Yeah.
I need a medicine check.
Okay, let's see if I can even... Oh, come on, it was almost a 19, a 4.
And I was about to say, and that was the choice between medicine or nature. But
Aww.
I
Medicine
mean,
actually works better for me.
everything looks good.
Okay, I'm gonna look up and I'll say, how about 130?
Are you gonna try and haggle with them?
Yes.
How
Persuasion.
about 130?
Persuasion?
Yep.
How about 130?
All
You know,
of
there's
us just go-
there's other people who are better.
I'm
just
trying
gonna
to do
stand
it for
behind.
myself.
Okay.
But we can help you.
I got 9.
We're always here for you, Breya.
I'm gonna stand up to his full height.
You
How about
kind of-
130?
He kind of frowns and he goes, "The lowest I'll go is 145. Take it or leave it.
Or eat it.
Take it
Take
or
it
leave
or
it.
eat it.
Yeah.
Take it
I'll
or...
agree to go 145.
All right. You can take that out of your bank.
Now I have 43 gold left. Oh, wait. Hold on. Before I take it, can I look up at him and say, include a saddle?
Yeah, of course it includes a saddle.
Okay, then 145. Perfect. Hey, some people don't include the saddle. It's extra.
They're not the best horse. Damn it. They're not the best horse ranch in Valona.
And you are?
Darn tootin'.
I look around and I say, yes, this is a very fine establishment, and the horses are all very happy.
And also, currently, you are outside of Valona.
Yes. Is it a girl or a boy pony?
D2. Actually, you can roll any dice, and it's odd as girl, even as boy.
It's a boy pony. I shall name it...
Reginald.
Reginald.
No.
Just throwing out names. Go.
So, it's about 3 days travel, give or take, from Valona. How are the rest of you getting there?
Do we have to walk?
You could walk.
Is there no...
Oh, let me rephrase. It's 3 days travel by carriage.
Oh. We're on a time limit. We
How
probably
much
at
is
least
hiring
need
a carriage,
carriage
versus buying
there.
a carriage?
We can't afford buying.
What's up? Usually it's 100 gold pieces a day, but for Valona Elite, it's 50 gold pieces a day.
Okay, I'll chip
Okay.
in towards that. We at least need one there because we are on a time limit.
What if we
I'll
build a
chip
carriage
in
and then put it on our pony?
Why do you want to buy a horse and wagon?
We could.
If you do, then you're going to have to provide the horse with its rations.
Let's not.
We can really feed ourselves.
I don't buy food for me. I'm just gonna subtly slide Mirra 50 gold for my portion of the carriage rental.
I'll pay 50.
Okay, I'll pay 50.
Then we get there, at least.
Yeah, we at least need one there.
Are you going to buy the pony, horse rations for the trip?
Yes.
Because once you're there, they'll be able to feed it, but at least on the way.
Okay, I've named the pony Asasia, and I'm saying it's the name of a horse in a very famous novel.
Okay.
Because cool horse name. Yeah, how much will it be?
I would just put it under other possessions, and we'll just say it's 1 SP per horse ration. So however many you feel that you should get. It says 3 days.
So yeah, I'll just get 3 days then.
Get one more just in case.
4 days horse feed.
Minus 50.
Poor Breya's bank account.
I don't mind.
Poor Mirra's bank account.
And I was
have
just thinking
77 silver.
Alright, is anybody else doing anything else?
everyone bought rations and shit, right?
Yep.
I think Aurora.
Ready to go.
Aurora.
Ruh.
Aurora.
Muted.
Muted.
Ruh.
Bark.
Aurora.
Okay. She's gonna die. That's fine.
We kick her off the carriage and drive.
Yeah, we just
She
kick
can
her off
run.
the carriage.
Go!
She'll hunt some lizards. It'll be fine.
Josh, has James reached out to you?
Yes and no.
Okay, because he told me he sent you a message. Did he send you one recently?
I'd have to look really quick.
Okay.
What time is it? 8:43. So we have a little bit of time, which I'm probably going to use to wrap up the session. So we really can't get anywhere from here.
That's
Okay.
fine.
So if we can talk for just a little bit and talk anybody that wants to do anything. But let's see. He sent me a message on the 10th.
Oh, that was just 2 days ago.
That was the last time I talked to him. But he said he wasn't going to be able to make it today.
Okay. I just want to make sure he checked in with you about joining.
Chimkin.
Well,
Hello.
I'm
Did
not
you
sure.
buy rations?
That doesn't seem very rational.
We stole your rations. You don't have any more.
Oh, we did actually last time.
Yeah, you actually need rations. We stole them from you.
Kind of tempted to just eat you guys.
We had to feed your character when you weren't there.
Eat you.
And ourselves. Otherwise, who would have... Yeah.
You
You're
know,
the
every time you
meatiest
fall
one.
asleep now, you're going to be missing one thing from your inventory.
Mm-hmm.
Try to keep track.
Then I guess I'll buy How many?
What's that?
So...
Oh, I see how much. Why do we have so much money? What the fuck?
Really? Really?
We almost died for that.
Like, literally.
Was I
Yeah.
not at the? I wasn't at the session, was I? No, I wasn't.
You were at the very end of it.
No, you.
Oh, not the looting
no.
part.
That was the day he missed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so, but I sent you how much you got and whatnot. So you still...
I'm gonna go buy a mansion.
That's not enough to buy a mansion. But, so you had 10 rations. We ate all of them. And, And rations are 5 silver apiece.
100 rations.
Those
Just
are
so
heavy
very
as
heavy.
fuck, by the way.
Just
For
so
some
you know
reason,
who I am?
rations. Okay, I tried to put 15 rations in my inventory, and they weighed like 90 pounds.
How heavy are 100 rations? Let's figure this out. So each ration weighs... 10 rations weigh 20 pounds.
Sorry.
2 pounds apiece.
It
So
weighed
it's a
for
ton.
1530.
No, it's 200. That's 200 pounds. That's nothing. If I put it in a backpack.
I think
It
a
just
I
has
think
a backpack.
backpack can only hold 150 pounds.
I put it in
God
Chew
damn
backpack.
it.
And then you won't be able to carry your bedroll or anything else.
You guys want to hear a story about
I will
rations?
settle for 20
Well,
rations.
remember, you guys still have Bob, but yes, what's the story?
We could fill Bob
So-
with rations and see what comes out.
Josh, you knew James's foster brother Chris, right? You used to play with him?
Slightly, yes.
Yeah, so he used to be a part of our Pathfinder group back in the day, and he was borrowing my niece's bag of holding to put his snake companion in. And she's like, no matter what you do not tip that bag over and dump it out. And he's like, I won't. But then we got into a situation where we were falling from a dramatic height, and he was really afraid that his familiar would somehow get fucked up in the bag. So he went to empty it out, and I had 1,000 rations fall on top of me, along with 2 wondrous potions that then turn those rations to stone.
No.
But there's no air in a bag of holding.
His companion didn't need to breathe.
I would just wear it like a necklace.
That's how you end up getting caught by the freaking bag man.
You,
Oh my gosh. That's
And all
terrible.
she said, she just looked at him across the table and she's like, I told you not to open it, you fucking idiot.
You know what I
Uh,
want to do?
Something
When
to
we're
say.
out looking, like, when we're in the area that the carriages are, like, right outside the city and whatnot, I want to stop and pick a bunch of flowers, and I'll put the flowers in Bob, and I want to see what comes out later.
I'm also gonna give Bob a present. I bought him a piece of cake. I'm gonna put the cake in the bag. And tell him, that's for you, Bob.
I like cake.
Oh, that's messed up.
There's cake everywhere in the bag of holding.
Oh, he spits out a hand that has the symbol on it.
Ooh.
What?
Oh, what a good boy! He protected us! Good boy, Bob. He's eating the bad guys.
No,
Because the
Bob
same
is
symbol, it means
letting
that
us
they know where we are
know
now.
that he's gonna out us.
Well, how many more hands do you think he has?
Another one.
Because if we get rid of this one, then we're fine. But,
How many
like...
more hands do you think he has?
Like, we
Oh,
just
man.
get rid of it, we're fine.
My ramen's here. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go get it.
Okay.
Sure, who's holding Bob again?
Breya is trying to tame Bob currently, so Breya is.
Sure. Alright.
Like, seriously, we just get rid of the one hand and then we're good, but if she's... if he's got more hands in there, then yeah, you could... Does magic work inside the bag of holding?
Oh no. These are questions I probably don't want the answer to.
Any magic that you can cast without a verbal component, because you can't breathe.
But can you, like, if you open the bag of holding, could you throw a fireball into it?
Yeah. Because arcane magic isn't affected by the laws of nature. It doesn't
So
mean
what would happen?
A fireball goes in, and at some point in time, some
Fireball comes out.
Some poor soul opens the bag and says, I'm going to pull the bag inside out, and out comes a fireball, and that's the end of it.
You know Bob spit out an owlbear last session.
Excuse me?
In the town.
Oh, he
In a
doesn't know
store.
about Bob, does he?
He does not know about Bob. Oh my god, dude, we got some news for you.
Long story short, Bob's an asshole, but we love him anyway.
Yeah, we're trying to
do this with your character sheet. Why are you not at
tame
full
him.
HP? Why do you have 3 damage? Are you okay?
It was psychic damage.
Oh, and your overall HP is supposed to be 26, so I'll fix that for you too. Really?
Did y'all know about the dancing wizard at the top of D&D Beyond?
Yes.
The what?
The what?
What?
You guys didn't know about the dancing wizard?
At the top of D&D Beyond, across from the where it says collections, game rules, sources, etc., etc., you go right above the builder icon. There's a spot where you can click, and it's called "It's Party Time."
Wait, where?
What?
Yeah.
Builder.
On the main page?
Hold on.
Very well done finding that.
On the main page, right?
Yeah, right here.
I have temporarily added Bob to your inventory, Aurora.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't have that on my screen.
If you
click
oh,
it.
he was invisible.
Click it.
Yeah, he's invisible, and then if you hover over the words,
it's party time.
They're rainbow.
It's so fun.
I'm surprised you guys didn't find that sooner.
I normally use it on my phone because since Pedi is sharing my account, I can't be logged in on my phone and the computer.
What the fuck?
But
it just does what it wants.
If you get to the bottom where it says Bob, that's basically everything about Bob.
Bob's an asshole. We're working on Bob. He'll be a good companion one day.
Bob is also apparently working on us to destroy us.
Yeah.
Yep. He warned you guys.
He
and
did.
You didn't listen.
Hey, no, we listened. We just thought we could help.
Yep.
So did the last group. And the group before that. And the group before that.
They never gave him cake.
Fair enough. That is true.
And flowers. Flowers for Bob.
Alrighty, my friends. With that, I'll say that we've had a successful session. So,
who?
Eventually, I will return back to full 100% normal.
So, yeah,
no one make fun of him. He's not in his right brain today.
He's in his left.
He's in his left.
Psychic damage for everybody.
Ow!
Which is not good for D&D. So.
But I do hope that you guys had fun, as per usual.
Indeed.
And I look forward to your trip to Breya's hometown.
I was bamboozled.
Oh. Yep. Thank you so much, Josh.
No problem at all, my friends. I have just as much fun, believe me.
I was ready to go through a whole court session.
Right?
Me too.
I was ready to go through a whole court session, and then somebody brought up the elementals.
I didn't know I wasn't allowed to.
Well, that's why I threw out there, I was like, hey, if there's anything you don't want to talk about, you don't have to talk about it. You can exclude information and no one would know.
See, that was a crucial part of what we did there.
I did.
But I think that elementals cannot be spoken of.
No, I'm just saying, if you wanted the whole thing about the elves not to be talked about, or the whole thing about the boat not to be talked about, just what you say has to be the truth. What you don't say is irrelevant.
I don't lie to Valona court systems.
In other words,
you could not lying by omitting things.
I said, in other words, you can plead the fifth.
I don't like that. I don't know.
I'm Canadian. It's actually the Section 17.
That is true.
Section 17.
I plead the Section 17 then.
I know, it rolls off the tongue so easy, right?
But in any case.
Alright, you guys.
Till next Tuesday.
Till next Tuesday. Holy crap.
Bye.
Bye-bye, you guys.
Bye.
Bye.